Warehouse Markets, Remax Real Estate Agent Phil Macaronis, Lincoln Plumbing and Heating, Pizza Como, Reading Fightin' Phil's, Savage Auto Group, Sure Stay Best Western Hotel in Reading, WEEU, and Victor Emmanuel Beneficial Society.
Now for all the action, let's go courtside with Bob McCool and Rich Scarcella.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome. WE's coverage of Berks County High School basketball takes us to championship night. Tonight, 2 county crowns will be decided. The girls' crown is first. That's set to tip off in a couple of minutes. The boys' crown will be decided in Game 2 of our doubleheader, and that's the Reading Red Knights and the Wilson Bulldogs. Game 1 is also the Reading Red Knights as they take on the Governor Mifflin Mustangs. Both teams are 16-8 on the season, and, of course, they battled their way through the highly competitive Division 1 of the Berks Girls League, where the Red Knights finished at 8-4. The Mustangs 1 spot ahead of them at 9-3. Governor Mifflin is the 3 seed when this tournament began. Reading High, the 4 seed. None of that matters right now. Somebody's coming out of here with a trophy, and that's what's on the mind of these young ladies as we get you set for tonight's game. As always, it's right here on 8:30 a.m. WEEU, the voice of Berks and beyond, and our coverage is available for free. If you found it, or if you know somebody who hasn't found it, 6,000 plus people found it last night. Our video coverage is available for free at 8:30 WEEU Sports on YouTube. Find it, check it out, and let somebody know about it. That coverage is available for you as well. And our coverage is presented by Savage Auto Group, and our coverage of the pregame show will continue from Santander Arena right after this.
Shop, earn, and save with the Redner's Rewards Program. Purchase select items at Redner's and unlock big savings on groceries and fuel. Redeem your points in-store and fill your shopping cart with fantastic deals like buy 3, get the 4th free. Save on fuel, too. Enjoy discounts at Redner's Quick Stop, Speedway, and many other locations. Get 5 cents off per gallon for every $50 spent. Plus, discover tons of special offers, digital deals, and surprise savings available to rewards customers. Start saving today. Sign up at the store or online at rednersmarkets.com.
Hi, I'm Mike Kuhn with Kuhn Funeral Homes. Since 1937, our family has been committed to serving our community. We now have 3 active generations, as I have the honor of working with my father and son. With 5 convenient locations to serve our neighbors, Kuhn Funeral Homes continues to dedicate our family to your family. Thank you for believing in us, and we promise to always be there for you.
It seems like the cost of everything is on the rise, but Erie Insurance can help make sure your auto insurance premium isn't one of them. Avoid rate increases with Erie Rate Lock. Even if you have a claim, your rates won't go up until you change a car, driver, or address.
Your Erie agent is Cross Keys Insurance. Get a quote today at crosskeysins.com.
Erie Rate Lock is not available in all states. Other conditions and limitations at erieinsurance.com. Go to erieinsurance.com for company licensure and product details.
Are your garage doors noisy, squeaky, or moving unevenly? Do they snap, crackle, or pop? Having trouble opening and closing them? Don't be left sitting in the driveway. It's time for a tune-up from Overhead Door. Starting at just $99, we'll inspect, lube, and adjust your garage doors so they operate smoothly. Call today and ask for a tune-up special from Overhead Door, your hometown garage door company since 1965. Overhead Door, we're more than just doors. OverheadDoorReading.com.
Welcome back to Santander Arena alongside Rich Garcella. My name is Bob McCool, getting you set for the girls' basketball county championship game. Both these 2 teams have punched their ticket to the district playoffs. Again, not thinking about that tonight. They want to come out of here as the county champion. Reading Heights have won 9 Berks titles. The Mustangs have won 14, looking for 1 more. And Rich will talk a little bit first about the Red Knights, who, under legendary head coach Rashida Suber, tremendous player of her own right, over 2,000 points scored in her career, but her team plays a much different way of basketball. It's a much more defensive-based team and a lower-scoring team that keeps them in a lot of games.
Yeah, the Red Knights grind things out. They like to rely on their defense to create offense. They do a lot of trapping. They cause havoc with their pressure. They are led by Yamalex Rodriguez, who scored the game-winning basket last night in the semifinals against Wyomissing. She's their leading scorer. She had 16 points last night, but really, this is a defensive-oriented team. It's got a good mix of experienced players and a good mix of really young players. And I think for them tonight, they've got to maintain their poise against a team that has a lot of ball handlers.
And a lot of youth as well. The Governor Mifflin Mustangs, you talk about youth personified. They also have themselves a superstar in the making. She's got the name for it. Bella Super is just tremendous. If it were not for Amaya Stewart, she very well might be the front runner for the player of the year in the county. That's how good she's been. She put up 25 last night. She's averaging just under 20 a game on the season.
Yeah, she has the makings of being, it goes, maybe it's a stretch, but a Rashida Zuber type career at Governor Mifflin, because she's on track. She's averaging 19 points a game. And as you said, Bob, if it wasn't for Amaya Stewart, she'd be the leading candidate for Berks Girls Player of the Year. But she's very special. She can handle the ball. She can hit from the outside, and she can go to the basket as well as any guard in the Berks conference.
And one of the things that makes her so good, and Mike Clark was kind of gleaming about this in our conversation, is you put her on the open floor, she's even better. And here we are in the biggest floor in the county here at Santander Arena. It's time for us to take a look at our keys of the game. They're brought to you by RE/MAX real estate agent Phil Macaronis, who happens to be a Governor Mifflin graduate. If you're buying or selling a home, Phil Macaronis is a member of the RE/MAX Hall of Fame with over 20 years of experience finding countless buyers and sellers keys to their real estate transactions. Call 610-670-2770. Ask for Phil Macaronis for the keys to buying and selling your home. It's the Red Knights, the Mustangs for the Girls County Championship, and Rich Garcella has his keys to the game.
The visiting team, because of their 4th seed, the Reading Red Knights, Coach Rashida Zuber wants them to play with consistency, with discipline, and with sticking to her game plan and sticking to details, following the plan. For the home team, the 3rd-seeded Governor Mifflin Mustangs, Coach Mike Clark wants to limit the Mustangs' turnovers against Reading's pressure. He wants to out-rebound the Red Knights. And more importantly, one of the few coaches who have said this, he wants to make their free throws. He wants them to make their free throws. So I think this is going to be an interesting game, Bob. And I would give a slight edge to Governor Mifflin because of how many ball handlers they have, and I think they can handle Reading's pressure, but I wouldn't count out the Red Knights. I mean, the way they play defense, this could go down right to the end.
Time for us now to take a look at our spotlight, brought to you by Bachman Roofing, Solar, Remodeling. Whether your needs are residential or commercial, Bachman's makes the home improvement process easy. The Bachman family has proudly served the Berks County community for over 50 years. Tonight, we turn the spotlight on one of those young players we're talking about at Bella Super, and another very young player who very well might be in the spotlight even more so as her career continues, and that is freshman Siani Beatty for the Red Knights. If you look at the numbers, they don't jump out at you. Really, for the Red Knights, nobody's offensive numbers are going to jump out at you. But in terms of her ability and her pedigree, Siani Beatty is going to be a major factor for Reading High basketball for years to come. The freshman has been in double figures 8 times over the course of the season, including a season-high 16 against an always difficult defensive team in Berks Catholic. But her mom, of course, was Tanisha Giddens Beatty, who preceded Rashida Zuber as the head coach at Reading High School. And her brother, of course, is Xavier Beatty, who is on the Reading High basketball team and a tremendous all-around athlete. Francis Kamara last night at the postgame show said he thinks he's the best athlete in the state. His younger sister, Siani, is going to be a major player for the Red Knights. She had a big night over the course. She was in double figures last night in the Reading High win over Wyomissing. Reading High with wins over Conrad Weiser in the quarters, Wyomissing in the semifinal, and the Mustangs with a win over Twin Valley in their quarterfinal. And then they beat Wilson last night 60-56, thanks to the sophomore sensation of Bella Super at 25.
To underscore your point about Siani Beatty, she's averaging 11.3 in her last 7 games. That's above her season average of about 7.5 points a game. And by the way, it's nice. The Reading High School boys team got here early and is here sitting behind the basket cheering on the Reading girls team. It's really nice to see.
It's the Red Knights and it's the Mustangs. It's coming to you live from Santander Arena. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back with a tip-off right after this. You're listening to High School Basketball presented by Savage Auto Group live on WEEU in Reading.
They say dogs are man's best friend, so they deserve the very best. Houndstown in Reading is a full-service dog daycare and boarding facility with spacious rooms, quality grooming, and plenty of room for fun. While you're away, the dogs will play. Houndstown has all the enrichment your pet needs for their physical and social health. They offer a variety of spa services like baths, nail trimming, toothbrushing, and dematting. Give Fido the finest at Houndstown, 610-947-1441, or visit houndstownreading.com.
WECU is a credit union that understands Pennsylvania, what it means to grow up here, raise a family, start a business, and we're committed to being your financial partner for life. With competitive rates, exclusive member discounts, and modern technology, WECU offers personalized banking that will make you feel right at home. Visit bankingforpa.org and sign up for WECU membership through our partner association, the Pennsylvania Consumer Council. WECU, banking that understands home.
Sure Stay Plus by Best Western offers a welcoming, comfortable stay for the business or leisure traveler, providing clean and cozy rooms at a reasonable price. Conveniently located at the intersection of Route 12 and North 5th Street in Reading, Sure Stay Plus provides a fresh, hot breakfast buffet, all-day coffee, free fast Wi-Fi, HD TV, fridge and microwave, and much more. Plus, business travelers have access to services such as copying and a meeting space. Call 610-371-0500 to book your stay or visit bestwestern.com.
Ahoy! Adelphia Seafood is your neighborhood market for the freshest seafood around, with locations in West Lawn, Fairgrounds Market, and Pottsville. They offer a range of delicious options from crab cakes, clams, fresh organic salmon, and succulent shrimp, as well as convenient take-home dinners and more. For more information or to place an order, visit adelphiaseafood.com or just call one of their stores. Enjoy top-quality seafood and exceptional service right in your community at Adelphia Seafood.
This is 8:30 a.m. WEU in Reading, and this is high school basketball. Again, it's championship night, girls and boys championship. The boys game will follow our girls game that's about to get underway. The Reading Red Knights and the Wilson Bulldogs in the boys championship, and the Governor Mifflin Mustangs and the Reading High Red Knights in the girls championship. This is the third time these two teams have met for a county championship in girls basketball. They did it in back-to-back seasons in 2019 and 2020, and the Mustangs won both of those games, 2 of the 5 county titles that Mike Clark has won at Governor Mifflin High School. The Mustangs have won 14 titles. This is their 19th appearance in a Berks County championship. It's the Red Knights' 17th appearance, and they have won 9 titles. And the Red Knights have won them in bunches. They won back-to-back in 2009 and 10. They won 3 in a row with 2002, 3, and 4. Rashida Suber, a part of the beginning of that run. And then back in the early stages of girls basketball in the county, they started having them 51 years ago. And in 1979, 80, and 81, the Red Knights won 3 in a row. It's our time for our starting lineups, brought to you by Victor Manuel Beneficial Society. They've been serving authentic homemade Italian dishes for over 100 years. New memberships are now being accepted for only $10. The facility at 311 Hazel Street in Reading is also available for rental for private parties, banquets, and celebrations. Victor Manuel, Taste of Italy, right here in Reading. Rashida Suber said her starting lineup will be depending upon what she sees in the locker room, and it looks like it's pretty much the same as what we expected it to be. 5'9" senior Zanaya Bradley, along with 5'9" junior Jillian Laws as the forwards. Siani Beatty, who we were talking about, a 5'7" freshman. Tamia Collier, a 5'8" senior. And then the spark plug that is Yamalex Rodriguez, a 5'5" senior, their leading scorer at 13.7 points per game. For Mike Clark and the Mustangs, 3 sophomores and a freshman in his starting lineup, and 1 senior. The senior is Jada Armstrong. She's 5'2" and a guard, along with the 3 sophomores, 5'8" Brooklyn George, 5'6" Bridget Martin, and 5'7" Bella Super. And then it's the freshman, Saray Renninger, 5'10". And that's the lineup for the Mustangs. Mike Clark now in his 17th season overall in Berks County, 13 of those 17 seasons at Governor Mifflin, and all total 315 wins, 132 losses in his time in Berks County. It's Rashida Suber now in her 5th season at her alma mater. She's got 59 wins and 53 losses, and it's the Red Knights in the visiting black and the red and white trim who control the tap, and the Mustangs in the home uniforms. As Rich said, they're the 3 seed. The Red Knights, the 4 seed. The Mustangs in their white with the maroon trim. And up against a zone defense for Governor Mifflin. They fling it to the corner for Yamalex Rodriguez, trying to get by. Bridget Martin cannot. Try to get it to the post. Ball was missed and picked up and laid in And it was Tamia Collier who finds it and lays it in for the Red Knights lead.
Yeah, I wasn't sure. I was blocked out too. Collier picked up the loose ball. Bob, these teams split regular season meetings, and as Mifflin turns it over on their first possession. 48, and Governor Mifflin won the second one, 52-42. I expect if Reading plays defense the way it did last night against Wyomissing, I think this one's going to go down to the end.
So the Red Knights turned a near turnover into a layup. The Red Knights Mustangs turned over inside the Laws. It's blocked by Brooklyn George. Battle for the ball as Saray Renninger and Tamia Collier tangle up. Possession arrow is going to give it to the Mustangs, so they'll go down as a Red Knight turnover. And after a 2-0 start for Reading High, the Mustangs will get it back, and the Red Knights will, in the dead ball, still be able to apply the pressure. Looks like a 2-2-1 for Reading High, with Rodriguez and Beatty out at the front. George and Super take their exchanging pass to get across half court. Here's Super driving inside, poked away from behind by Rodriguez, and the Mustangs will turn it over for a second straight time. In the open floor is Beatty going from one end to the other off the rim. No. Rebounded by Laws. They hit the bottom of the rim with the putback. Battle for the ball, and it's kicked out of bounds. Whose foot did it touch? It was a Red Knight. So 2 turnovers apiece, and a rough start for the Mustangs, who have 2 possessions and those 2 turnovers. We're a minute and 20 seconds in. Super with the ball in her hands. Little stutter step move from the top. Swings it around for Martin into the corner for Renninger. Ball tipped out of her hands and out of bounds. So Ray Renninger with a big night last night. She had 11 against Wyomissing, including a 3 from the corner that pretty much put the game on ice, against Wilson.
Bob, we talked about how many terrific ball handlers Mifflin has, something that Mike Clark even pointed out. So far, Reading's getting their hands on the ball quite often here just in the first 90 seconds.
Almost took it away from Super again. Now Martin fending off the defense of Beatty for George and for Armstrong. Just nowhere for the Mustangs to turn right now. Just trying to make a pass. Martin sees an opening and takes it to the rim, and we're tied.
Yeah, Reading's overplaying everything, and there's an opening. If you get past the trap on top, the Mustangs can get to the basket like Martin just did.
Rodriguez thought about pulling the trigger, decided not to. Collier drives, blocked into the hands of Bradley, and Zaniah Bradley lays it in with a left hand for a Red Knight lead, back on top 4-2. Super beats the pressure in the open floor. A little stutter step, a float into traffic, and a foul.
Good take by Bella Super. Going to the basket hard. Draws the foul.
Our 3-person officiating crew, Dante Santoni, Paula Ojika, and Jim Holler on the whistles. And that whistle is the foul on Jillian Laws. It puts Bella Super at the free throw line. Of all the things that are good in the game for Bella Super, free throw shooting is not one of them. She's just 48% from the line. And she misses the first of 2.
Imagine if she was a 65-70% free throw shooter. She'd be averaging 23-24 a game.
She misses them both badly off the back iron. Siani Beatty has the rebound for the Red Knights, and she wants to push. Doesn't have numbers. She'll put it out. Now she'll go right at Bridget Martin with a floater to the baseline. No good. Brooklyn George slices in and gets the rebound, and Laws over the back commits the foul, and if so, that's 2. Julian Laws has 2 fouls.
Let's see if Rashida Zuber. No, she's keeping her in the game.
I'm not sure if they've realized that or not.
Either.
Here's Super, beats the trap, gets it across half court, drives all the way in off the glass. No, and it's rebounded by Zaniah Bradley. 4-2 our score remains. Red Knights have it back. In the open floor is Collier. Almost turned it over. Beatty picks it up. She pushes her way inside and scores 2 more. 6-2 Red Knights on top. 3 different Red Knights have scored so far. Super and George in the backcourt against the Red Knight pressure. Up ahead for Martin.
Lost it.
Almost. Martin drives inside, and she'll score again.
Yeah, that's what Mifflin has to do. They've got to attack. Reading's hoping that they keep passing the ball around the perimeter where the Red Knights can pressure the Mustangs. But Martin has shown twice to attack that zone. She's been successful in doing so.
Collier goes from left side to right for Beatty, and then back to the high post for Laws. Inside for Collier, off the glass, too strong. Fight for the rebound. Bradley comes up with it off the glass as well, not there. Fight for the rebound and a whistle. Foul going to be called on the Red Knights, I believe, on Zaniah Bradley, pushing off to get the basketball. It is. That'll be her first, team's third. And now here comes the substitution for Jillian Laws with those 2 fouls. It'll be Elisa Spring, 5'7" senior, will check into the game. So the Red Knights will get considerably smaller with Laws out and Spring in. Mustangs have the basketball. Red Knights have the lead at 6-4. Now they have 3 out at the front. Suber gets past that initial line and it gets fouled on the floor.
It's going to be on Rodriguez.
First on Yamalex, 4th on the Red Knights. So 4 fouls already against Reading High, and we have not yet reached the halfway mark of the first period. And a timeout called by the Red Knights. Reading High will call a 30-second timeout. We'll take a quick breather. 4:22 left to go in the first. 6-4 Red Knights when we get back after this.
This season, stick with everyone's favorite snack, Diefenbach's potato chips. Legend has it, Mark Diefenbach loved kettle-cooked chips so much, he turned his kitchen in Berks County into the ultimate snack factory. Now, 60 years later, we're still crafting our chips with the same passion and the finest ingredients, right where it all began. Diefenbach's potato chips, available in all your favorite flavors when you need that PA-crafted crunch.
Following the foul against the Reading Red Knights, the Governor Mifflin Mustangs have the ball underneath.
Bob, Reading's been very active with its hands, and that's why there's already been 4 fouls called on them.
Super from NBA range at the top of the key, no good. Saray Redinger pulls down the rebound. Mustangs get another look. Swinging around, she'll try it again from the right side, and this time it's home.
I guess that's how you beat an active zone with a 25-foot three-pointer.
46th of the season for Bella Super. She's much better behind that line than she is the free throw line. And a travel against Reading High. Red Knights try to dribble into that zone defense, and the Mustangs turn it over for the 3rd time. Mifflin with their first lead at 7-6 after Super's three-pointer. George up ahead for Martin. Into the corner, Jada Armstrong for 3. That's an air ball, and rebounded by Tamia Collier, and she wants to go with it. In the open floor, waits for help, swings it around. Beatty going to fire up a 3. That's off the rim. Tipped around, and it's Super on the run out. Up ahead for Redinger. Peeks around, tries to give it back. Yamalex Rodriguez slides in and steals it away back for the Red Knights on a 2-on-1. Great bounce pass, and it leads to a layup for Zanaya Bradley.
Great no-look pass by Yamalex Rodriguez.
Puts the Red Knights back up on top, 8-7 on the second field goal for Bradley. 3:20 left in the first. Super, great crossover to the corner for Armstrong. Her 2 is no good. Long rebound is run down by Elisa Spring right in front of the Red Knight bench. They have the lead, and they've got the basketball at 8-7. Little stutter step by Beatty up on the rim. It's just sitting there, and it's going to stay there.
Oh, my goodness.
Ball is literally just sitting on the back rim up against the backboard. That's some soft touch.
It's going to be a foul on Governor Mifflin. I'm not sure, but that is wild that didn't fall for
Rich
her.
Garcelle, I'll give you 1,000 shots. And I bet you can't do that.
It's been a long time since I've seen a ball hang there. And okay, it's on Super, her first.
See, now, if you were in a putting green, you get a couple seconds to see if that falls in.
You got 10 seconds.
But it's still sitting up there.
Yeah, I mean, the officials have to get a basketball to knock it down. But Reading was that close. Beatty was that close to having a chance at a three-point play.
So the ball we had to get a second ball to get the game ball down. The foul on Super puts Beatty at the free throw line to shoot 2.
Yeah, it's been a long time since I've seen that.
There's things sometimes you just say, well, you don't see that often.
You don't see that.
Good thing we got video coverage so everybody could see that. As Beatty misses the first of 2 free throws. Siani just a 58% free throw shooter. Neither of these teams are great free throw shooters, to Mike Clark's comment to Rich in the keys to the game about free throw shooting. The Red Knights shoot it at 61%. We already told you. Mustangs only 59%. Substitution for Reading High, Kaylani Ocasio, a senior, will check into the game as Beatty misses them both. On the rebound is tipped out of bounds by Bradley. It goes back over to Governor Mifflin with 3:01 left to go in period number 1. 8-7 Red Knights on top. Super beats the trap. So but from behind, Ocasio took it away. Up ahead, Beatty on the Euro step move. Wild off the glass. No, Bridget Martin runs down the rebound for Governor Mifflin. Wants to go from one end to the other. Redinger waits for help, kicks it back for George. Sees an opening, drives right into contact and a foul. Brooklyn George will be shooting 2 for Governor Mifflin.
Reading already in the bonus here in the first quarter. It doesn't matter whether it's a shooting foul or not. It's a fifth foul.
It's going to be on Alyssa Spring, her first foul. And as Rich said, in the double bonus.
Double bonus.
The Mustangs should be shooting.
It's a fifth foul. Fifth foul. Hit the horn.
Now they got it. Now they got it. Scorer's table got it. So the Mustangs will shoot. Brooklyn George, the shooter.
Little slow on the draw. It happens. It happens.
So Brooklyn George, a 67% free throw shooter, averages 8.5 points per game. Again, that sophomore class of George, Martin, and Super, they all played a ton of time last year for Mike Clark as freshmen. Team that went 15-10 overall on the season. Lost in the semifinals last year, 2 missing. Both teams running the counties last year ended by the Spartans. The Knights in the quarterfinals, the Mustangs in the semifinals. And then Governor Mifflin lost in the first round of the District 3 playoffs to Manheim Township. George makes the first and the second, her first 2 points of the game.
Bob, Reading's defense against Bella Super reminds me of the Reading boys' defense on Kingston McCoy last night. They're sending 2, sometimes 3 people at her.
Mustangs back up on top 9-8 after George's first 2 points. 2:25 left to go. Here's Rodriguez. Inside for Spring. Shot blocked and fouled by Brooklyn George. Good find in the post by Yamalex Rodriguez. Alyssa Spring will shoot 2 for the Red Knights. Second foul overall against Governor Mifflin. First on Brooklyn George. Spring, a 57% free throw shooter. Well short on number 1. With that, Nayara Ortega Jr. will check into the game, and Zanaya Bradley out. Red Knights a much deeper team. Sheeta Suber said if she needs to, some nights, she told our Jeff Nolan last night before the game, if she has to, she'll run 15 players out there. She didn't go quite that deep last night. Spring misses them both. Remains 9-8 Mustangs, and they've got the basketball. 2:15 left to go in the first. George from the top. One more pass for Super. Left wing for 3. Buried it.
And that was an NBA 3. She's showing she's got terrific range. Wow, she's drained 2 from deep.
Largest lead for either side after back-to-back threes from Bella Super. Makes it 12-8. Governor Mifflin on top. Final 2 minutes of the first quarter. Again, against that 3-2 zone defense of the Mustangs, they try to shoot over the top of it. Ocasio's shot goes in and out, and it's rebounded by Ortega. The Red Knights get another look. Ball tipped out of bounds by Saray Redinger. It'll stay Reading High basketball.
Well, we haven't mentioned Governor Mifflin is missing Mia Vasquez, their second leading scorer. She didn't play last night. She's out tonight. She's got a medical ailment that may need to be addressed after the season.
Yeah, she's sitting on the Governor Mifflin bench. Has to be tough for her to see her team, although she got a big smile on her face. She's even having a good time, but it's got to be tough for her not to be able to be out there against the Red Knights. She scored 12 in game 2 of this series. Good find inside for Ortega. She can't finish inside. Fight for the rebound. She comes up with it. Another rebound for the Red Knights by Alyssa Spring and a foul. And if that's on Brooklyn George, that's her second. Mustangs, unlike Reading High, are not a deep basketball team, and Brooklyn George just picked up her second foul.
I don't know if it's a shooting foul or on the floor. I'm not sure.
Looks like they're going underneath. And Brooklyn George with that second foul will come out. Into the game for Governor Mifflin comes freshman Abby Brumbach. Red Knights will indeed inbound underneath. Still 1:20 left to go in the first quarter. Inbounds for Spring in the paint for 2.
It's a nice pass by Yamalex Rodriguez off the inbounds play.
Pulls the Red Knights to within a deuce at 12-10 with 1:10 to go. Super penetrates inside. Ball deflected away. Picked up by Armstrong. Martin drives, dumps it for Redinger. Couldn't handle it. Back out high for Armstrong. And now Super will try and resettle for Governor Mifflin. Inside of a minute to go. Armstrong for 3. Yes!
Push shot. Makes it.
Third 3 of the first quarter for Governor Mifflin. Their lead is 5, 15-10 on Jada Armstrong's 9th of the season. Into the game for Reading High is Makira Gaskins. High post is Spring. Turnaround jumper from the foul line. No. And a foul on the scramble for the rebound.
I think it's going to be on Brumbach.
That'll be the Mustangs' 4th team foul. So one more puts the Red Knights in the double bonus.
Bob, one thing that Reading is doing, Reading's getting a lot of second chance opportunities. They're doing a really effective job on the offensive board.
35.8 left to go in period number one. 15-10, Governor Mifflin on top. Inbounds all the way out top for Gaskins. Little stutter step move, lost it. Brumbach got a hand on it. It's loose on the floor. Rodriguez picks it up and a whistle on the collision driving inside. It's going to be a block.
And it's going to be on Super. And that's her second.
No, it's on.
Oh, it's on Armstrong. Okay.
Jade Armstrong picks up her first. Mark Clark's heart was palpitating a bit on that.
I really thought it was on Super.
It'll put Yamalex Rodriguez at the free throw line. Yamalex, their top scorer, just under 14 a game, has not yet scored in this one. And that changes on her first free throw. At 16 last night in the upset win over Wyomissing. 8 of those 16 coming in the second half rally for the Red Knights, coming in that fourth quarter to be more specific. And her 2 for 2 here pulls the Red Knights to within 3. 15-12, Mifflin on top. And here comes the pressure from the Mustangs. Or for the Red Knights, excuse me.
They got away with a turnover there.
Bridget Martin fending off the defense, and a foul on that defense called against Ortega will put Bridget Martin on the free throw line in a double bonus.
Bob Mifflin, whoever was inbounding the pass, inbounded to Saray Renninger, and she ran across the line and then inbounded again. That should have been a turnover.
Question, the foul on Nayara Ortega is her first. And again, it's Bridget Martin at the free throw line. First time Martin has been at the stripe. She's 65% of the season, averages 7.7 a game, scored the first 4 points in this one for Governor Mifflin, and she misses the first of 2 free throws. So as advertised, both teams scuffling at the free throw line tonight. Martin does make the second. 5 first quarter points for Bridget Martin, and it's a 16-12 Mustang lead. 20 seconds to go in the first quarter. Gaskins for Spring on the right wing. Looking for help, gets it for Rodriguez. Guarded by Armstrong. Try to feed it in a post, and it's Bridget Martin who comes up with a steal for the Mustangs. And the Red Knights are going to get it right back on a turnover. Governor Mifflin gives it right back. With 5.5 left to go, Reading High gets the inbound in their front court, down by 4. Rodriguez is the inbounder for Gaskins. To the top. Need to get the shot off, just kind of throws it up and hits it off the front of the rim.
Came close.
And that will end quarter number 1. The Girls County Championship is 1/4 through after 1. It is the Governor Mifflin Mustangs 16. Reading High Red Knights 12. We'll take a timeout. More high school basketball presented by Savage Auto Group on WEEU in Reading.
Elite Fuel Services has been one of Berks County's best-kept secrets for more than 20 years. They're a full-service heating and cooling company. Not only do they deliver heating oil, propane, diesel fuel, and gasoline, Elite also has a full HVAC team that is ready to tackle any of your heating or cooling needs. Just a quick Google search away. Elite Fuel Service. Read the reviews and give them a call. You'll feel part of the Elite Fuel family, giving you the peace of mind you deserve.
Savage 61 Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram is once again the #1 rated auto dealership in Pennsylvania. Thinking it's time to trade up for something newer? We offer the most insane trade-in values you'll find anywhere. Whether you're looking for a new or certified pre-owned vehicle, our dedicated team will make sure you drive away happy. Visit us today at savage61.com and see why we're Pennsylvania's top choice.
Welcome back to Santander Arena alongside Rich Garcella. My name is Bob McCoy. If you look at the three-point column against these two teams, there's one huge separation between the two of them. Mustangs coming in at 128 threes, Reading High just 43, and that shows up in the first quarter where the Mustangs dropped 3 threes in the first quarter. They lead at 16-12. Reading High tries to start with a Yamalex Rodriguez 3 that's no good, rebounded by the Red Knights, and a second shot is rebounded by Alyssa Spring. Dumps it inside for Zamia Collier, who turns it into 2 points.
Reading doing a very effective job rebounding. It's something that Mike Clark was concerned with.
Bridget Martin tried to beat the trap. It was knocked away from her. Bella Super fights off 2 Red Knights to recapture it for Governor Mifflin, then drives and gets knocked to the deck and fouled.
And it's a 2-shot foul, Bob.
So even though we start a new quarter and a new run of fouls for the Red Knights, this a 2-shot foul for Bella Super.
Reading is just simply sending 2 and 3 people, defenders, at the basketball. and causing a lot of confusion to Mifflin's offense.
And Super does make the first free throw here for 1 out of 3 now at the free throw line for Bella Super. It was Ziana Beatty who committed the foul for the Red Knights. And Super 1 out of 2 fight for the rebound, and it's tipped out of bounds. And it's off of Alyssa Spring, I believe, and it's going to stay Governor Mifflin ball. So the Mustangs will get another chance. They lead at 17-14.
The scoring pace is a little ahead of what we expected. Reading's defense only allowing 40.3 a game. Mifflin just 43.7. So the scoring is coming at a little faster clip than we expected.
Inbound for Super. Another 3 for Super, her third of the ball game.
Yeah, she is her range is something else. And we know she can go to the basket. We've seen her do that many times.
Sanaya Bradley into the game now for Reading High. They feed it to her at the high post that she's pushed from behind. I believe that's going to be on Saray Redinger. It is. That will be her first. Mustangs first here in the second, so not a shooting foul. 20-14, Governor Mifflin on top. 3 threes for Bella Super. Now 48 on the season for the sophomore. And 10 points in total. 25 times this season. Bella Super's been in double figures now. There's a drive by Beatty on a spin and a finish for Ziana Beatty.
Yeah, really pretty move by the freshman.
Pulls the Red Knights back to within 4. 20-16, 4 points for Beatty. Trying to tangle up with Super. Drives and fouled. Bella Super's going back to the free throw line for Governor Mifflin.
And that, I believe, is going to be the second foul on Ziani Beatty.
It is. So concern for Rashida Suber. Yes, she's deep, but Ziana Beatty is a big piece of the offensive puzzle, and now she picks up her second. With Super back at the free throw line and makes the first. So 2 for 4 right now for Beatty at the stripe, for Super right now at the stripe. She continues to rack up the points here in this second quarter. 1 out of 2. Spring comes down with a rebound. The Mustang lead is 5, 21-16. 6:45 left to go in the half. Collier, right side. Beatty drives. Bridget Martin cuts off her path. Back to Collier. Right through the defense easily, but missed the shot. Rebounded by Bella Super. The Mustangs have it back. Governor Mifflin with a chance to take its largest lead if they can cash in here. Collier hounding Martin out top. Beatty comes out to get a hand on it. The ball is loose. Possession arrow will keep it Governor Mifflin's basketball. Red Knights doing a tremendous job of causing havoc with their defense.
Yeah, nothing has come easily for Governor Mifflin. Fortunately, Bella Super has made 3 threes near NBA range.
And they throw it away the inbounds pass. Yamalex Rodriguez will pick it up on the open floor, and she's going to try to take it from one end to the other. Misses, loose on the floor, and she ends up picking it back up. Red Knights get another look. Here comes Beatty. Drives, spins, shoots, misses. Rebounded by Bradley. Put back. That's also no good. Rebounded by Collier, and that's good. 3 chances for the Red Knights.
Too many second chance opportunities for the Red Knights as far as Mifflin coach Mike Clark is concerned.
Mia Collier with 6, the Red Knights 18. Here's Redinger from the corner. That's no good. Out of bounds. Who did a touch last? It went off the hands of Tamia Collier. Governor Mifflin will keep it. 5:49 left to go in half number 1. Mustangs 21, Red Knights 18.
Well, there's no doubt about it that the Reading is much more physical than Governor Mifflin so far here. They're out-rebounding the Mustangs, and they're forcing a lot of pressure on defense.
Martin drives, kicks. Brooklyn George back in, shoots the 3. No. Fight for the rebound. Collier had it. Martin came in from behind and took it away, but a foul.
Not sure who it's on.
I think they said Jada Armstrong. Guess they're trying to
yes, it is.
Right away. Jada Armstrong picks up her second. That's the Mustangs' second. Personal fouls are going to be an issue in this one. We have a lot of first half fouls so far.
And as you said, Reading has much better depth than Governor Mifflin, and that could cause an issue as we go further in this game.
2 players on the floor with 2 personals. Jillian Laws back in for Reading High, and Brooklyn George also playing with 2 fouls for Governor Mifflin. Here's Bradley for 3 off the glass. No. Laws had an offensive rebound. Armstrong knocked it away. It's still loose. Beatty picks it up. Her shot partially blocked. And there on the offensive glass is Anaya Bradley for another Red Knight putback.
It's crazy how many chances Reading's getting. Second, third, fourth chances.
George for a long-range three for Governor Mifflin, well off the mark. Rebounded by Beatty. Red Knights have it back, a chance to regain the lead. Beatty from one end to the other, off the rim, not there. Fight for the rebound. Spring has it, puts it back, and the Red Knights have the lead. Just killing them on the offensive glass.
Absolutely annihilating them.
Lead back into favor of Reading High at 22-21 as a result. 4:40 left to go in the half. Martin for a long three. That's well short. And a rebound and a bump and a foul on Armstrong is going to be her third.
Wow.
Problems for the Mustangs are racking up here in this second quarter. Mustangs settling for threes. Red Knights owning the offensive glass.
Mike Clark wants a timeout to talk this over.
With 4:34 left to go in half number one, Mustangs were in control, not any longer. Now it's the Red Knights on top, 22-21 when we come back to Santander Arena.
WEEU is a credit union that understands Pennsylvania, what it means to grow up here, raise a family, start a business. And we're committed to being your financial partner for life. With competitive rates, exclusive member discounts, and modern technology, WEEU offers personalized banking that will make you feel right at home. Visit bankingforpa.org and sign up for WEEU membership through our partner association, the Pennsylvania Consumer Council. WEEU, banking that understands home.
4 minutes, 34 seconds left to go in the first half. Reading High trailed by as many as 6 points in this second quarter, 20-14. They now lead it 22-21, and it's predominantly what they've done on the offensive glass, putback after putback to get the Red Knights on top by one, and following Governor Mifflin's timeout, they've got the basketball. Spring wide open for a three, missed it badly. Ball loose on the floor, and right back with another putback is Zanaya Bradley.
Doesn't matter. They're getting second and third chances.
Yeah, you might as well take the first shot.
Three.
Because
Yeah.
the second or third shot is pretty much yours. 24-21 as the Red Knight run continues.
That's
George,
a lot.
stutter
Yep.
step, travel. Substitution for Reading High as Kaylani Ocasio will check in. And Alyssa Spring will come out. Collier, Beatty, Ocasio, Laws, and Bradley, the five on the floor right now for the Red Knights. Collier, right side, Ocasio for three, buried it.
Wow.
Kaylani Ocasio with her 14th of the season. 27-21 Reading High. Armstrong the other way for two from the baseline. A much-needed bucket for Governor Mifflin. Armstrong playing with three fouls, makes the two, and now Beatty beats her off the dribble. She's got to be careful. Here's a drive by Collier, wild off the glass, no. Rebounded by Bradley again. Her putback is no good. And finally, Super came away with it, but knocked out of her hands. It's going to go right back to Reading High.
Bob, I'm wondering if Mike Clark should consider getting out of the zone and going man-to-man, only to box out, maybe to keep Reading, do a better job keeping Reading off the boards.
Inbound right to Jillian Laws, and she lays in an easy one. Mustangs break down defensively on the inbounds pass, and an easy bucket for Laws. 29-23 Governor Mifflin. Here's another foul by Reading High, this one on Ocasio. Her first, team's third, excuse me. Substitution for Reading High, Sky Blygen will check in. Here's Armstrong from the corner for another three.
These threes are the only reason why Mifflin is still in this game. 3 by Super, 1 by Armstrong, or 2 by Armstrong.
2 by Armstrong, correct. 5 first half threes for Governor Mifflin. Pull them to within 3 at 29-26 with 3 minutes left to go. Collier, high post for Blygen, and she traveled with it. Tried to kick it outside, but took an extra step.
I have Governor Mifflin for 7 turnovers. I have Reading for 4. Reading really doing a pretty good job of taking care of the basketball. But not besides the 7 turnovers Mifflin has, Reading is pressuring everything. Every dribble, every pass, every shot.
Almost took it away from Martin. Red Knights. The Red Knights were in the over the limit early in the first quarter and on the verge of doing it again here in the second. This one on Ocasio is her second. Substitution for Reading High. And Yamalex Rodriguez will come in, and Ocasio just picked up that second foul, is out.
Reading taking the lead here without Rodriguez scoring much. She just has 2 points, both from the line. She's their leading scorer.
Really denying Bella Super now. Almost looks like a box and one for the Red Knights.
I mean, they're playing her 35 feet away from the basket.
Redinger inside. Martin on the post up. No. Collier traveled before she got her feet set. Red Knights will give it right back. 2:25 now left to go in the half. Collier just following Bella Super wherever she goes. Mike Clark substituted her out. She might follow her to the bench the way she's guarding her right now. In the corner is Super. Red Knights hounding Super. She gets away from her with a little stutter step, but they pick her right up in the double team. Around for Armstrong.
Also significant, Collier has no fouls.
2 minutes left to go in the half. George trying to get some separation on a collision, no whistle. Martin taken away by Beatty. Blocking from behind, didn't, gets the rebound instead. And now a foul against the Red Knights will put Bella Super at the line. Ziani Beatty just frustrated with herself, came up with a great steal, but could not finish on the other end. Fouls on Blygen. Her first, and again, over the limit now is Reading High with that fifth team foul. So back to the free throw line goes Bella Super. 2 for 6 at the stripe so far tonight. And makes this one. A 2 for 2 trip will put the Mustangs within a point. Jillian Laws will check back in now, and Blygen will come out. Gianni Beatty will come out now, as well as Makira Gaskins will check in for Reading High. And yet one more substitution for Reading High. In the game for the first time comes Yolanda Velez, another freshman. She comes in for Gaskins, who had just come in. So apparently the wrong player came in, so they had to substitute her right back out, with Super about to take a second free throw. And that too is good. 15 already for Bella Super. She pulls the Mustangs to win the point at 29-28. 1:40 left to go in the half. Out high comes Laws against that 3-2 Mustang defense. Rodriguez, little crossover dribble, pulls up for the jumper. No. Rebounded by Super. Super tried to dribble away from traffic, and a reach-in foul by Bradley stops the break, but will walk to the other end of the floor and shoot 2 more.
Super getting it done both ends of the court. She's got 5 rebounds in addition to all her points.
Bella Super at the free throw line. I gave her too many points. She had 13, not 15, but she has a chance to change that right now. She's going to shoot 2 more free throws. And she makes the first. Super again averaging 19.2 a game. Been over 20 points 10 times this season, and well on her way to doing that tonight after going for 25 last night. 2 for 2 here, and now she's got 15.
To show her how consistent she is, Bob, she's been in double figures every game.
And with that, the Mustangs are back up on top now, 30-29, with a 1:20 left to go in half number 1. Velez out high for Collier. For Laws, off balance to the rim, no. Fight for the rebound. Bradley with another rebound and another putback. She's got 10 first half points. And with that, the Red Knights are back up on top, 31-30. Nia Bradley averages 4 points a game. She's got 10 here in the first half, and it's all on the offensive glass.
She also has 11 rebounds.
50 seconds to go in the half. Mustangs spreading the floor a little bit. Almost had her pocket picked. Armstrong open again, but this one is short. Rebounded by Rodriguez, and she wants to go. Yamalex in the open floor from one end to the other. Super is there to meet her and take it away. Bella Super back the other way on a 3-on-1 for Redinger, and fouled hard. So Ray Redinger will get up and shoot 2. The foul on Yolanda Velez, putting Redinger at the stripe.
They hit her right across the arms. Redinger checking her eyes, see if she's seeing okay, but That was a good hard foul.
We talked about the pedigree of Sienna Beatty and her mom being a great 1,000-point scorer at Reading High. Saray Redinger, her mother, Ciara Sockel, was a tremendous player for Governor Mifflin. Won a county title with the Mustangs, one of their 14 county titles back in 1993. Also won a district championship. Then went on to a great career at Bucknell as well. Saray, just a freshman at the free throw line, shooting 2. Makes the first of those 2 and her first point of the game as well. And makes them both. Swings the seesaw back into favor of the Mustangs, 32-31.
Bob, I got to think Mike Clark is thrilled that the Mustangs have a 1-point lead after all the turnovers and after all the offensive rebounds they've given up.
Nearly a turnover here as Beatty dives on the floor, but threw it in the backcourt. That's going to be a turnover anyhow for Reading High. Beatty dove on it to get it away from Armstrong, but then threw it to a teammate in the backcourt.
Yeah.
And there's the violation that gives it back to the Mustangs now with 17.6 left in the half.
So Mifflin, even if they miss the shot, if they don't turn the ball over, they have a chance to keep this halftime lead or take a lead in the half, which would be really something considering how well Reading has played defensively and on the board.
Collier still denying Super, but she still ends up with the ball in her hands with 6 seconds to go. Finds it to Armstrong, deflected by Bradley. It's going to stay Mifflin basketball, but now just 2 seconds left to go in half number 1. Red Knights playing intense half-court defense and denying Bella Super.
Collier face guarding Super.
George, the inbounder, trying to get it to Super. She doesn't give it up. All the way into the backcourt. Timeout called by Mike Clark before the inbound. So he's going to try to work some magic now on the whiteboard with 2 seconds left to go. Bella Super a little frustrated that they didn't give it to her when she made the cut. And the Mustangs will regroup.
She was cutting to her left. It would have been hard for her to stop, turn, and shoot. But regardless, she wanted the basketball.
So the Mustangs burn their second timeout here in this half. But Mike Clark going to try to use that timeout to try to get something else out of this final now 2 seconds of half number 1. Don't forget, coming up, 8 o'clock tip-off time is Reading High Wilson in the boys county championship. And then our coverage of high school basketball will continue next week. We'll start our District 3 coverage on Tuesday night. We'll be in West Lawn as Wilson takes on Cedar Crest. 7 o'clock tip-off time for the Bulldogs and the Falcons in the boys' 6A bracket. Brooklyn George again is the inbounder.
Martin's trying to get the ball, too.
Has to come all the way out near half court. She'll heave it towards the bucket well short. And the teams will head to the locker room with the Governor Mifflin Mustangs on top. After 2 quarters, it's the Mustangs 32, the Reading Red Knights 31. We'll take a timeout back with our halftime show right after this on WEEU in Reading.
Judd Firestone Plumbing is your trusted local expert for all your plumbing needs. With over 125 years of combined experience, our team has seen it all, ensuring top quality service and expert solutions every time. From leaky faucets to the kitchen or bathroom of your dreams, we handle it all with professionalism and care. Call today at 610-678-9080. Judd Firestone Plumbing, where experience and reliability come together for your peace of mind.
Looking for a game-winning play for your next tailgate or get-together? Score big this season with trays from Chick-fil-A. Delicious chicken nuggets and chicken strips, fruits and garden salads, chocolate chunk cookies, and their delicious mac and cheese. Make a play with Chick-fil-A and you'll be a winner every time. Visit Chick-fil-A at Broadcasting Square, 5th Street Highway, and Exeter Commons. Chick-fil-A voted America's favorite fast food restaurant.
They say dogs are man's best friend, so they deserve the very best. Houndstown in Reading is a full-service dog daycare and boarding facility with spacious rooms, quality grooming, and plenty of room for fun. While you're away, the dogs will play. Houndstown has all the enrichment your pet needs for their physical and social health. They offer a variety of spa services like baths, nail trimming, toothbrushing, and dematting. Give Fido the finest at Houndstown, 610-947-1441, or visit houndstownreading.com.
If you are buying or selling a home, contact RE/MAX real estate agent Phil Macaronis. With over 20 years of experience and a member of the RE/MAX Hall of Fame, Phil does it all, from residential to commercial real estate sales. And with his large catalog of repeat and referral customers, you know you can depend on Phil Macaronis. no matter where you're looking for your next home. Call 610-670-2770 or call Phil directly anytime at 610-858-4555.
Tonight's halftime show is brought to you by Lincoln Plumbing and Heating. When you need a plumber, get a good one. Locally owned and operated for over 50 years, Lincoln Plumbing has the experience to help from a leaky faucet to a whole bathroom remodel. Call 610-376-0863 for Lincoln Plumbing and Heating, as honest as their name. Alongside Rich Garcella, my name is Bob McCool. In what was very much of a back-and-forth first half, the Mustangs and the Red Knights in the Girls County Championship game, we had 7 lead changes in the first half, and the final one putting the Mustangs on the top after 16 minutes at 32-31. But that was after Governor Mifflin had opened up a nice lead at 6 points at 20-14, only to see Reading High come back and take the lead back at 22-21. And then we started to go back and forth. And, Rich, these two teams have done this in very different ways, and about as different as you can get. The Mustangs by the 3, the Red Knights by the offensive glass.
The Mustangs have made 5 threes, 3 by Bella Super, 2 by Jade Armstrong. 8 for 18. Remember that number, folks. Reading is down 1, is 14 for 42. They have 42 field goal attempts to 18 for Governor Mifflin. That tells you the job that they're doing, the dominant job that they're doing on the glass. They are owning the offensive glass. They've second, third, fourth chances, and that's allowed Reading to stay within 1 of Mifflin, or I should say Mifflin's 3-point shooting has allowed them to stay 1 point ahead of Reading, because Reading has also forced 8 turnovers in the first half. And, I don't know how long that can last, Bob. I mean, the way a team dominates, if a team is controlling the boards like that and forcing turnovers, you figure they're going to be ahead, even maybe by a lot. They're down 1.
Well, and I'll tell you one of the reasons why. 2 of the keys in our conversation that Mark Clark gave to you was rebounds and foul shooting. They missed on one. They made on the other. They are 11 for 16 from the free throw line. The problem, to your point, is the Red Knights have committed a ton of fouls in the first half.
Correct.
And eventually Governor Mifflin gets the line in the double bonus, and they cashed them in, including 8 of their 16 points in the second quarter coming at the free throw line. So that's where the Mustangs have been able to stay in this game, is by getting it done at the free throw line. And 11 for 16 isn't tremendous shooting, but when you're a 59% free throw shooting team in total, that's quite enough, and especially when you've made 5 threes. So the Mustangs have found a way to get their points despite what they've tried to do. And the Red Knights have run a lot at them, including very much of a denial defense in the second quarter on Bella Super.
I actually think they've been allowed to be even more physical. I think there's been a lot of contact that hasn't been called. That's not a criticism. I'm just saying of the officials. I'm just saying their goal, you could see, is being more physical than the Mustangs, and they've done a really good job of that on the offensive glass and on the defensive end, going after, attacking the basketball, pressuring the basketball, and they don't care. I don't think they care that they're committing fouls or being physical. They're going to take their chances because they're deeper than the Mustangs.
Right, that's a byproduct of what they do. Rashida Suber has no problem running as many players out there as she needs to, and she ran a ton of them out there in the first half. And if you commit a foul, no problem. Well, if you get in foul trouble, we'll get you out and we'll get somebody else in. It's a different story for the Mustangs, and they really walked the tightrope. Brooklyn George picked up 2 quick ones. Yes. She spent some time on the bench, kind of took her out of the offense for a good portion of the first half for Governor Mifflin. Jada Armstrong managed to get her way through that first half with 3 fouls, and it's a good thing they left her on the floor, because she's got 8 of their 32 first half points.
Bob, I think a key in the second half, as we just watched the latest class of the Berks Basketball Hall of Fame be inducted, quite a few outstanding players. We can't go over all of them right now, but quite a few outstanding players. But I think the key for Mifflin in the second half, they were 5 for 12 from 3-point range. That's allowed them to take this 1-point halftime lead. If they go 5 for 12 in the second half, I like their chances. Are they going to get 12 3-point shots in the second half? Are they going to make 5 out of 12 in the second half? That's the question. Reading has gone to face guarding Bella Super, double teaming her, triple teaming her. Again, very similar to what the Reading boys did last night against Kingston McCoy. They had Khalil Samuel start against McCoy, and he pressured him and then rotated people, but they sent 2 and 3 people at McCoy anytime he got the basketball. That's what we're seeing here tonight. Reading girls against Isabella Super.
And Mike Clark felt, because Reading High did the same last night against Amaya Stewart, kind of taking the risk of, look, if we can guard Amaya Stewart to the best that we can, try to get Amaya Stewart to get rid of the ball and take the chance that the Spartans didn't have players who could hurt them on offense.
Right.
Mike Clark felt that was okay by him because he did have players who could help them on offense. Unfortunately, those players really didn't step up big, with the exception of Jada Armstrong. Because if you take her out of if you take Super's 15 and Armstrong's 8, that's a big chunk of the Mustangs offense. So they really didn't get the contributions. And again, with Brooklyn George in trouble and fouls, that's a part of it. But the Red Knights were so good at getting their hands on the balls, getting deflections, didn't always get the steal. They got 8, but they didn't go. Sometimes it was just disrupting things for Governor Mifflin and no flow of offense at times.
But again, Bob, I don't think Rashida Super minds the fouls. I think she wants to attack, pressure Mifflin, force them into turnovers. If we get fouls, we get fouls. Like you mentioned, they're not a great free throw shooting team. We'll take our chances. But attack. And the other thing, they're attacking the offensive glass, and Mifflin has no answer for that whatsoever. I mean, what you think about Reading, 42 field goal attempts, and Mifflin 18, and Mifflin has the lead. The numbers don't add up. They don't make sense.
42 field goal attempts, by the way, in 16 minutes of basketball.
It's crazy.
We can throw that in there. These are 2 of the most successful girls programs in the history of Berks County basketball. The Red Knights have won 9 titles. Governor Mifflin has won 14. This is the 17th appearance by the Red Knights and the 19th appearance for Governor Mifflin. So Reading High has won 9 of their previous 16 trips to the title, and the Mustangs have won 14 times in their 18 appearances to the title, and they met twice before in back-to-back seasons in 2019, 2020, and the Mustangs won them both. 2019, they won it 61-53, and then it came back right again with the 2020 title at 52-34. Difference now is this one's all on the line in 2025.
I think, and I don't know if we mentioned it, Jada Armstrong with 3 fouls. Mike Clark got away with that, playing her in the second quarter because he really doesn't have many other options with Mia Vasquez out because of an injury.
And he needed somebody to give him something offensively with the addition of Super, and she was the one who had stepped up for the Mustangs. And so Reading High, who, again, these 2 teams will both continue into the postseason in the district playoffs. On Monday night in the District 3 6A playoffs, Reading High will be at Mechanicsburg. Red Knights are the 13th seed. They take on Mechanicsburg Monday night on the road at 7 o'clock. Governor Mifflin is the 12th seed. They will take on the number 5 seed Central Dauphin also at 7 o'clock.
And here's a little nugget. If they both win, they will meet in the quarterfinals on Thursday.
That's the good news. The bad news, history, the Berks County teams have not done well in the 6A bracket. So the Mustangs and the Red Knights will try and change that. Wilson also in the 6A bracket for the District 3 playoffs starting in Monday for the girls. Our coverage will start on Tuesday in the boys 6A bracket. We'll be at West Lawn for Wilson and Cedar Crest. Oh, by the way, Cedar Crest ended Wilson's run last year. The Bulldogs won the county title and lost in the first round of district playoffs against Cedar Crest. This time it'll be in West Lawn. We'll have that one for you on Tuesday. And the Bulldogs and the Red Knights will be our boys county championship. When we come back, second half gets underway as our Lincoln Plumbing and Heating halftime show winds its way to the end. We'll be back right after this.
When it comes to grocery shopping, you're a pro, and Redner's Markets is here to up your game with Redner's Ready. Shop online and save time. Orders can be placed as far as 4 days ahead or as little as 2 hours before pickup at your selected store. Your items are always handpicked, and our personal shoppers will accommodate any special instructions for your grocery needs. Plus, there's no difference between in-store and online pricing, no extra pickup fees, and you can redeem points from your Redner's Rewards membership. Skip the trip with Redner's Ready. Shop online at rednersmarkets.com.
We get set to start period number 3. Before we do that, we remind you that today's game is brought to you in part by Crosskeys Insurance, an independent insurance agency that can help you find Right policy for auto, home, business, or life insurance needs with offices in both Reading and Hamburg. Cross Keys Insurance will be the key to your security. Zanaya Bradley leading scorer for the Red Knights. She was one of those dominant influences on the inside of the paint with 10 first half points. Tamaya Collier was 6, 4 each for Alyssa Spring and Ziani Beatty, and just 2 for Yamalex Rodriguez and Jillian Law, saddled with some foul troubles also with 2. Bella Super doing what as advertised, 15 first half points. Jada Armstrong with 8, 5 for Bridget Martin, 2 each for Brooklyn George and Saray Redinger.
Really interesting. Jada Armstrong guarding Yamalex Rodriguez to begin the half.
Tamia Collier starts for the Red Knights' first possession with a 3, misses it. Bridget Martin with a rebound for Governor Mifflin on top, 32-31. Alongside Rich Garcella, my name is Bob McCool. Girls County Championship, Brooklyn George for a 3. That's no good. And rebounded by Siani Beatty, and she wants to push. A 3-on-2 for Reading High. Beatty pulls up at the foul line and buries the jumper.
She looks really smooth for a freshman. I think she's got a really bright future, and it's no surprise because of her bloodlines.
6 points for Beatty, a 33-32 lead. The Red Knights back up on top. Our 8th lead change of the ballgame. Super trying to get away from Collier and a hand check foul on Tamia Collier.
Yeah, Collier's been jostling Super all night, and she has no foul. So, and she's going to keep doing it until she gets called, and I don't blame her whatsoever. But that time it was she held Bella Super's arm and got called for it.
Here's George again. We'll try a long 3. That's a long rebound. Martin tries to save it. Can't do it. The Red Knights have it back. Rodriguez in the open floor. No look pass and a beauty for Laws, who missed the layup and runs down the long rebound. And now he's going to throw it into the backcourt. Bella Super's going to win the race. Super to the bucket. Gets fouled hard. Will shoot 2. Collier commits another foul.
And that's important because Collier, again, with 2 quick fouls here in the opening minute and 9 seconds of the second half.
Turnover for the Red Knights, their 8th, putting Super at the free throw line to shoot 2. Good hard foul by Tamia Collier to make Super earn it at the free throw line. She's been really good there tonight, despite her season-long struggles, and she rolls that one in. Seven for 11 now at the stripe for Bella Super so far on the night. And one more to give her 17 on the night. Put the Mustangs back up on top, 34-33.
Mifflin staying in that zone defense. It hasn't helped their rebounding. I know that.
Actually, it looks like a box and one. They've got Armstrong on Rodriguez as Spring fills the middle, misses the shot. Super gets the rebound and fouled from behind. This is either Rodriguez or Collier. If it's Collier, it's 3 straight in this half. It is.
And that's who it is. Wow, 3 really quick fouls in the first minute and 25 here. She had no fouls in the first half. Let's see if Rashida Super keeps her in to guard Bella Super.
Now
like Rodriguez is going
to switch over, put Rodriguez on her in the box and one. Here's a drive by Brooklyn George, absorbs the contacts, makes the bucket.
Yeah, I thought she got hit there too, but a really nice move by Brooklyn George. Tough drive.
George with 4. The Mustang lead is 3 with 6:10 left to go in the third quarter. 36-33 Governor Mifflin. Jillian Law is a long way from the basket. Flip side on the right for Collier. It goes right through the defense and scores an easy 2.
Yeah, that was some statuesque defense because Collier just dribbled right through it.
Super goes behind her back to the corner for Armstrong. Line drives her shot well short and rebounded by Alyssa Spring and Reading High. Red Knights push it up ahead for Rodriguez. Drives into traffic. Partially blocked by Super, but right into the hands of Jillian Laws, who deposits it in the bucket for 2 and a foul. Jillian Laws, Rodriguez ends up on the deck.
I don't think there was she got hit inadvertently, but she got hit with her shot. But I don't think there was a foul on the putback on Laws.
Official's timeout.
Yeah.
And did not see what happened with Yamalex Rodriguez, and she is shaken up on the floor. The bucket was good by Jillian Laws to put the Red Knights back up on top now, 37-36. But the concern is Yamalex Rodriguez, who's on the floor here at Santander Arena with 5:42 left to go in the third. But a tame night so far for Rodriguez in the scoring column with just 2 points. She is a tough cookie, and she won't be out for long. Mike Clark gave her a reference that it's a reference that doesn't sound like a compliment, but it is very much a compliment. He said she's a snake.
Yeah.
And that's exactly what she is.
She's
and that's
tough.
exactly what she did against the Spartans last night. She kind of snaked their way to a big night and helping the Red Knights beat the Spartans. So she's in some pain. She's on the bench. We'll see her soon again, I'm sure.
Bob, if there's anybody out there still doubting whether the girls' basketball is physical, they should see this game because this has been a really physical game.
Mustangs have the basketball back, but now they're down by a point. Red Knights really spread the floor defensively. Super delivers right between them all and scores in the paint.
Yeah, she just dribbled right through the defense, just like Collier did a few minutes earlier.
Our 11th lead change of the ball game puts the Mustangs back up on top. Corner 2 by Nayara Ortega is no good. Super has the rebound, and the Mustangs with a 1-point lead and 5 minutes left to go in the third.
Ortega guarding Super now.
She crosses over, gives it back instead for Martin. Martin drives, kicks it to the corner. Rettinger for 3, short. Rebounded by Beatty. Beatty with her head up, pushing it up the floor from one end to the other. Euro step, missed it. Fight for the rebound, and it's won by Bridget Martin and Governor Mifflin. Works her way through traffic, across half court, up ahead for Rettinger. Blocked and fouled, and Saray Rettinger will shoot 2.
She's been fouled hard twice.
She has. As her only points of the game was at the free throw line. This one will be on Alyssa Spring. That's her second. It's also the Red Knights' 4th of this third quarter. So Ray Rettinger will shoot 2 for Governor Mifflin. And perfect on that one as well, which will bring a couple substitutions into the game. For the Red Knights, it'll be freshman Yolanda Velez. For the Mustangs, freshman Abby Brumbach. And another freshman at the free throw line for Governor Mifflin in Saray Rettinger. And she ends up 1 out of 2. Makes it a 2-point Mustang lead. 39-37, 4:35 left to go in the third. Alyssa Spring with a basketball, looking for some help. To Laws in the paint, right back to Spring. Going to put up the long 3 that's well off the mark and out of bounds.
That'll be one way for Mifflin to keep Reading off the offensive board, have shots go out of bounds.
If Mustangs have it back, they've got a 2-point lead. Martin handed out top by Ocasio. Gives it up for Super. Super drives, kicks. George, right wing 3. No. Long rebound gathered up by Beatty and a foul. I believe this one's going to be on Super. On the reach in, trying to steal it away.
No, it's on Martin.
It's on Martin. Her first, Mustangs first. Red Knight basketball down by 2. We are halfway through quarter number 3.
Let's see. I was going to say, without Rodriguez, who handles the ball for the Red Knights?
It's a good question. And I think that was a little bit of a question for Reading High. Red Knights are all kind of looking at each other like, oh, I don't know. It's always Yamalex.
Yeah, well, this Beatty would be the one I would choose.
Laws from the foul line off the glass for 2. Jillian Laws uses glass from straight away. We're tied at 39.
Oh, what a move by Super.
Off the glass, no. There for her own rebound. Putback is blocked and fouled. Bella Super doing the work by herself in the paint. Will shoot 2 more for Governor Mifflin. Velez commits the foul, her second. Red Knights are now over the limit again. All 3 quarters so far. Reading High has been over the 5-foul limit. Super at the line, makes another.
Bob, it might be a coincidence, but I think Reading is a much better team with Bradley on the floor, and here she comes back into the game. I think she's really controlled the board, especially at the offensive end. She had 11 rebounds overall in the first half.
Bella Super for 1 more free throw. 8 in a row at the stripe for Bella Super. 21 in the game, and their Mustangs are back up on top, 41-39.
Good sign. Yamalex Rodriguez at the scorer's table, ready to re-enter.
Beatty drives, kicks, swing it back and up top for Ocasio. Mustangs adjust. She gives it to Beatty from the left elbow. Right back to Ocasio. Blocked out of bounds by Bella Super on the 3-point shot. That'll bring Yamalex Rodriguez back into the game for Governor Mifflin. Spring will come out. 3:16 left to go in the third. You listen to high school basketball at 8:30 a.m. WEEU in Reading. 41-39 our score. Governor Mifflin on top. Red Knights with the basketball. Right side is Ocasio. Mustang zone defense out on her. Rodriguez catch and shoot three. Yamalex Rodriguez for the Red Knights.
She's doing just fine. Thanks.
Puts Reading High right back up on top with the three. Rodriguez with her 11th three of the season, and now a foul on the other end is going to put the Mustangs back on the line.
I think it's Beatty, and that's her third. And yes, Bridget Martin will go to the line to shoot two. Yeah, Yamalex Rodriguez showed that if she got hit in the face, she didn't feel the effects of that on that three-point shot. That was pure.
Timeout called on the floor with 2:56, a Red Knight timeout, and a 30-second timeout. We'll keep it here. Reading on top, 42-41, following the Rodriguez three. Just her 5th point of the night. Only 2 field goals in total for Yamalex Rodriguez. Actually, 1 field goal. The other 2 points were at the free throw line back in the first quarter. So she's been quiet on the scoring column for the Red Knights, which might be a good thing for Reading High because she'd get hot in a hurry, as she did last night in the semifinal win over Wyomissing. 42-41 is our score with a Reading High timeout with 2:56 left to go in the third. Don't forget, this is game 1 of 2. Wilson Reading High boys meeting for their 3rd time this season, just like Reading High and Governor Mifflin met their 3rd time of the season in girls basketball. Bradley, Rodriguez, Ocasio, Beatty, and Laws, the 5 for the Red Knights. Redinger, Martin, Super, George, and Armstrong for Governor Mifflin. Bridget Martin is at the free throw line for the Mustangs. She's 1 for 2 at the free throw line tonight. Had 5 points in the first quarter, has not scored since.
So Jada Armstrong had a little short rest, gets back in on the floor with 3 fouls.
Martin's first is good. Martin, in fact, scored the first 4 points of the game for Governor Mifflin. Been quiet in the scoring column for the most part ever since, with another free throw coming her way. And that too is good. 7 for Bridget Martin, puts Governor Mifflin back up on top at 43-42. Rodriguez from the foul line to the corner for Ocasio, and the Mustangs close out. Right back to Rodriguez. 2:40 in the third. Beatty off the screen from Rodriguez, right down the middle, and she'll score again.
Yeah, once you beat one defender, it seems like the whole world is open to the penetrator. Great move by Beatty.
Here's Super. Crossover to Martin, to Redinger in the corner, back to Martin. Martin works her way through traffic, misses, deflected, picked up by Armstrong. The Mustangs get another look. Super from the top of the key for a long three, no. Beatty and Martin fighting for it. Jump ball will keep it. Governor Mifflin's basketball.
Great hustle by Bridget Martin to force that held ball when it looked like it was going to be a Reading rebound.
So the Mustangs will get it back, trailing 44-43. Back for Super, guarded by Rodriguez, trying to get away from her on the crossover. Now goes behind her back, and a reach-in foul by Rodriguez before will put Super on the line. That'll be the second on Yamalex Rodriguez. So Bella Super just trying to take matters into her own hands to the best she can. And the Red Knights forcing the fouls. And Super getting it done at the line. Career high of 30 in a win over Conrad Weiser earlier this season. Bella Super with 22 and another free throw coming here for 23.
That's 10 straight free throws made by Bella Super after she struggled early on.
Gives the Mustangs the lead again. 14 lead changes in this one. We're inside of 2 minutes left to go still in the third. 45-44 Governor Mifflin. Red Knights with the basketball.
So we're here late in the third quarter. Both teams over the averages of each team's defense. Reading giving up 40, Mifflin giving up 43.
Ocasio penetrates, dumps it off nicely to Jillian Laws, who's fouled. I believe this one's on Rodriguez. Nope, it's on Bridget Martin. So that's going to be her second. Puts Jillian Laws at the free throw line for Reading High. First trip to the line for Laws, the junior, shooting two. First one a bit short. That, by the way, just the second team foul for Governor Mifflin in this quarter. Red Knights well over the limit.
Mifflin has done a much, much better job of keeping Reading off the offensive boards this quarter. In fact, believe it or not, they've out-rebounded. The Mustangs have out-rebounded the Red Knights in this quarter.
Jillian Laws ends up 1 out of 2 at the free throw line. We're tied as a result. Here's a shot blocked from behind. Red Knights pick it up. Beatty in the open floor from one end to the other. Off balance, no. Super pulls down the rebound for the Mustangs. Up ahead for Saray Renninger on the run out. Rodriguez tries to catch her, and she can't. Renninger for 2.
Great look by Super. Great rebound. Great pass down the floor for Renninger.
Saray Renninger with 5 points. The Mustang lead is 2 with 1:05 left in the third. 47-45, Governor Mifflin. Ocasio for 3 in the lead. No. Rebounded by Super. Doing it all. Bella Super. Pass up ahead. Deflected by Beatty. Right back to Rodriguez and Reading High, but she give it right back on the stutter step travel.
Bob, one of the main reasons why Mifflin has done a better job on the offensive board is Bella Super. She's got 5 rebounds in this quarter. She's doing an outstanding job at the defensive end.
Sanaya Bradley out. And Tamaya Collier in now for Reading High with 40 seconds left to go in the third. Reading High down by 2. Governor Mifflin with a basketball, going to spread the floor here a little bit.
Yeah, there's some confusion on Reading's part on what defense they should be in. Rashida Zuber is shouting out instructions.
Again, any foul by the Red Knights puts the Mustangs on the line to shoot 2 with now 25 left in the third. Trying to spread the floor here, pull the Red Knight defense out and let Martin attack. Drives, partially blocked, no good. Rebounded by Ocasio. 12 seconds left to go in the third. Inside looking for Laws, tried to save it, could not. With 8.7, but Governor Mifflin gets it back. Sky Blygen will check into the game for Reading High for defensive purposes. Mustangs have the basketball. They got to go 3/4 of the court with 8.7. Reading High will pick up full length.
Reading's offense has gotten a little ragged here, especially in the last few minutes of the third quarter. Just no flow to it at all, except the one time when Beatty drove to the basket.
Super. Can she make her magic happen across half court? Trying to beat the buzzer all the way down and gets it home. With a clock inside her head, Bella Super never gave up, took it all the way to the rim, scores 2, and the Mustangs lead is 4 as a result after 3. Governor Mifflin 49, Reading High 45, the final 8 in the Girls County Championship when we come back on 8:30 a.m. WEEU in Reading.
Bad hair day? Bad day at the office? Bad day behind the wheel? Hey, stuff happens, even to the best of us. At least your car insurance rate doesn't have to take a hit. Get Erie Rate Lock from Erie Insurance. Gives you a great rate that stays put until you change a car, driver, or your address. Plus, seriously good service. Now that's something to smile about.
Your Erie agent is Cross Keys Insurance. Get a quote today at crosskeysins.com.
Erie Rate Lock does not guarantee continued insurance coverage and is not available in all states.
UECU is a credit union that understands Pennsylvania, what it means to grow up here, raise a family, start a business. And we're committed to being your financial partner for life. With competitive rates, exclusive member discounts, and modern technology, UECU offers personalized banking that will make you feel right at home. Visit bankingforpa.org and sign up for UECU membership through our partner association, the Pennsylvania Consumer Council. UECU, banking that understands home.
We start the fourth. Governor Mifflin 49, Reading High 45. Alongside Rich Garcella, my name is Bob McCool. 8 minutes left to go in this Girls County Championship, and Bella Suber working her magic for the Mustangs to give them a 4-point lead as we start the fourth in the hands of Reading High with a basketball.
Bob, it's an amazing to see a sophomore, high school sophomore, boy or girl, doesn't matter, have the poise that Super did. She never panicked. She knew exactly how much time was left.
Beatty for 3, no. Long rebound. Ocasio runs it down. Red Knights get another look.
Super knew exactly that she had plenty of time to score, and she did.
Drive in the paint by Collier, no good. Tipped out of bounds. Last touch by the Red Knights. Governor Mifflin gets it back.
Again, Mifflin doing 2 things better in the second half. Boxing out at the defensive end and limiting its turnovers.
Mustangs lead is 4, and they've got the basketball for the first time here in the fourth. 25, by the way, for Bella Super for the second straight night. We still have 8 more minutes left to go in this one. Drive, kick, corner three. George, no. Rebound on the weak side by Saray Redinger. The Mustangs get another look, but Redinger wanted to kick it out. Super turned away from her. Redinger tried to pull the string. They turn it over instead.
Again, just as I say, Mifflin's done a better job. That was with limiting its turnovers. That was just the Mustangs' third turnover of the second half.
Gaskins and Bradley back in for the Red Knights. Down by 4. Second possession here in the quarter. Gaskins for 3. That's well off the mark. And another rebound for Bella Super. Well beyond a double-double for Bella Super. Zanaya Bradley has one for Reading High. Kick out for George. George this time will drive. Lost the handle on it. Turnover, the Mustangs give it back. Rodriguez in the open floor. Up, missed it. Beatty follows. Her putback is good. Beatty pulls the Red Knights to within 2. 10 for Sienna Beatty.
Reading scores in transition there on a putback. That happened a lot in this first half. Hasn't happened as much here in the second half.
49-47, Governor Mifflin. Mustangs have the basketball. 6:15 to go. Rodriguez and Beatty fight for it. No whistle. Play on. Kickback. George from about 10 feet. That's no good. Redinger rebound. Block. Gets it back. Packed up again. Partially blocked. Bridget Martin controls it for Governor Mifflin. Crossover. Martin drives right in the paint. Missed the left-hander. Zanaya Bradley with another Reading High rebound. Red Knights down by 2, have the basketball. Rodriguez drives, dishes.
Oh, what a pass.
Beatty for 2.
Another no-look pass by Rodriguez.
The Mustang 4-point lead that quickly is wiped out. It's tied at 49. Here's Redinger on the other end. Count the bucket and a foul. Again, Saray Redinger on the leak out. Ahead of the pack. Bradley tried to close, but fouls her instead. Redinger makes the bucket and chance for a 3-point play.
Bob, I'm not sure. We're both writing stuff down. I'm not sure who made that pass, but that was about three-quarter court pass. I'm guessing it was Super, but I'm not sure.
Zanaya Bradley actually committed a foul. She's more shaken up than Saray Redinger. Bradley will come out limping a little bit as Redinger picks herself up and heads to the free throw line. Looking to make this a 3-point play.
And that could be a big loss because she dominated the glass in the first half. And now she looks like she's hurting a bit.
52-49 after the 3-point play for Saray Redinger. She's got 6 of her 8 here in the second half. And now a illegal screen going to be called against the Red Knights.
It's going to be on Beatty, I think.
Yep.
Yes.
Siani Beatty will pick up her 4th. That's going to be the question for Reading High. The fouls are going to start to mount up sooner or later, depth or not. Reading has been over the limit in all 3 quarters to this point.
Exactly. And with Bradley hurting, it looks
right.
like a left knee injury. That limits their depth even more.
Super off the screen, drives in, collision, and a blocking foul will put Super at the free throw line to shoot 2 more.
See who this one's on.
It's going to be on Jillian Laws, who picked up 2 early, and that's her first since then. But it puts Bella Super back at the free throw line. This one she misses.
And she had just made 10 in a row after struggling earlier. She made just 2 of her first 6 and then made 10 straight before that miss.
I said she made 8 in a row and she made 9 and 10. You said she made 10 in a row and she missed. I just want to clarify. Super in a step back after the Redinger 3-point rebound. No. Bella Super's 3 comes up empty. The Red Knights have the rebound. Down by 3. Reading High with the basketball. Again, Beatty right down the middle for 2 more.
Yeah, Beatty can go to the basket with just about anybody, and she has no fear. Really nice moves to the basket.
6 1/4 for Ziani Beatty. 14 on the night. Super lost the handle on it. Tries to recover and does. Redinger has it. Fending off Yamalex Rodriguez. The Mustangs need a reset. With 4:50 to go, they lead it by a point. Super again drives. Floater, no. Rebounded by Alyssa Spring. Red Knights on the open floor is Yamalex Rodriguez looking for a lead. Stutter step off their glass, no. Spring with another Red Knight rebound. Put back, yes.
Really nice. Again, offensive rebound by Spring. Just have what Reading was doing effectively in the first half.
Red Knights back up on top as a result, 53-52. 4:20 left to go in the ball game. How about 15 lead changes with half of a quarter to go?
The whole middle of the lane is open, if Governor Mifflin can get by a defender, and that's a walk.
Martin tried to put on the brakes. Yamalex Rodriguez closed off the passing lane to Bella Super, and Martin drags the pivot foot. Turnover, Mustangs.
Got a Reading timeout, Bob.
Red Knights will call a 30-second timeout. So Rashida Suber still has 2 timeouts left. Governor Mifflin still has 3 timeouts left. Red Knights have committed 3 team fouls. The Mustangs have not yet done so. 4:08 still to go. Reading 53, Governor Mifflin 52. Very much like we expected in terms of closeness. We didn't expect either of these two teams really to pull away at any point in time. But maybe a lot more offense than we might have expected between the two of them. First meeting, January 7th in Shillington. The Red Knights won that 50-48. At the Geigel on February 3rd, Governor Mifflin won it 52-42. We're 53-52 already, with still half of the fourth quarter left to play. Red Knights with the basketball following their timeout. Rodriguez, Ocasio, Collier, Laws, and Springs, the 5 on the floor offensively for Reading High.
Yeah, Armstrong, as you said earlier, playing Yamalex Rodriguez in a box and one.
And screener open. She drives into the paint and lays it in. Yamalex Rodriguez takes matters into her own hand, puts the Red Knight lead at 3. 55-52, 7 for Rodriguez. Brooklyn George kicks it for Martin. Nowhere to go, reverses her track, and back to the middle of the floor.
I mean, the whole lane is wide open because Reading is pressuring the basketball. So
Super step back 3 and buried it.
That's how you beat the pressure. Incredible.
28 for Bella Super, and we're tied at 55. Her 4th 3 of the game, and they have all been not just legit, beyond legit. That one, again, way back, well behind the high school line. There are 3 lines on this brand new court here at Santander Arena. Rich, you and I talk about this every year. The kids always get fooled by which line to shoot from. I don't think Bella Super cares.
I don't think she's looking at the line. It doesn't matter. If she has room from 3-point range, she's shooting it. And that was her first 3 of the second half. She had 3 in the first half. Pulls Mifflin back into a tie with Reading.
Nick Nurse might want to make a phone call. 3:28 left to go in the ball game. We are tied at 55. Bella Super with 28. Again, her career high is 30. We still have 3:28 left to go.
I like her chances of breaking her career high.
By the way, I'm just going to remind all of Berks County, she's in 10th grade.
Yeah, this Mifflin team's going to be around for a little bit. It started 1 senior, 3 sophomores, and a freshman tonight, and here they are in the county championship game, tied with Reading with 3:28 to go.
And it will be Reading High basketball after the Super bucket.
Reading also has some outstanding young players, particularly freshman Siani Beatty.
She's got 14 of the Red Knights points. She's their top scorer right now. There's Zanaya Bradley, who was brilliant in the first half, been held in quiet and then shaken up a little bit with the knee issue. She is back to the front end of the bench, if you will, so she probably can come back into the game at some point for Rashida Suber.
Yeah, I'm surprised Beatty's on the bench right now. Maybe just giving her a brief rest.
Here's Collier trying to do what Beatty does, go right down the middle and does so. 2 more for Tamia Collier. She's got 10. Reading's lead is 2 again, 57-55. Super has it poked away. Turnover Mustangs. Collier in the open floor will wait for help. To the corner for Ocasio, and back for Rodriguez. The senior will say, whoa, slow it down. 2:45 to go. We've got the ball. We've got the lead.
Let's see how much patience.
Not much. This is poked away. Bridget Martin has it. Martin ahead of the pack will tie it up.
Bridget Martin with a steal and layup. I was just going to say, how much patience will Reading have? Well, didn't last long.
2:25 to go. We're tied again at 57.
And Mifflin had a lot of patience on defense. Martin found an opening for the steal, got it, scored the layup.
9 for Bridget Martin to tie the ball game up. And again, the Red Knights kind of being deliberate here with Tamia Collier just dribbling between the circle.
I'm in attack mode.
Almost dragged that pivot foot.
No, she held it.
She slid, but she held on the pivot foot.
Yep.
Rodriguez drives off, balance on the rim, no. Good box out by Bridget Martin, and the Mustangs have it back. Super up ahead for George. George going to drive. George to the rim, no. Rebounded by Laws. Reading High gets it back. 1:45 to play, tied at 57.
That was a tough shot by Brooklyn George. Off balance, awkward.
Just has not been able to find her offense
No.
tonight. A timeout called by Rashida Suber with 1:35 to go. Red Knights use another timeout. They've got one left. 1:35 left to play. Reading 57, Governor Mifflin 57.
I wonder if Ziani Beatty is going back in the game. I didn't notice her at the scores table, but I think they're a better team with her on the floor.
Yeah, I would agree. And it looks like she's at least now sitting on the bench, which is generally where the players who are in the game are sitting, while the others who are not in the game standing up. Zaniah Bradley, was shaken up earlier. As I said, she looked like she was back up in the front end of the bench, but she is still out of the game. She has had a double-double at halftime.
Yeah, she had 11 rebounds at the half. She has not scored in the second half. She has 1 rebound here in the fourth quarter, so she's got 12 rebounds.
Along with Ziani Beatty, the two Red Knights in double figures. Beatty with 14 to lead the way.
I have 9 rebounds for Bella Super, by the way.
Mustangs,
no, I'm sorry. 10.
Mustangs have 28 from Bella Super.
And 10 rebounds.
And then pretty good balance otherwise. Armstrong with 8, 9 for Martin, and 9 for Rediger. As we said before, Brooklyn George just trying to get it struggling to get it going offensively, has just 4.
Yeah, Beatty's back in the game, which I think is a plus for Reading.
Inbounds for Collier, catch and shoot threes, Tobiah Collier.
Let's remember that, Bob. That could be our play of the game.
Collier gives the Red Knights lead at 60-57. 1:24 still to go. Long way away from needing a 3, but Armstrong is tied up in the corner on the trap, and Mike Clark bails her out with a timeout.
One of Bob McCool's favorite things, coach calling a timeout from the bench when one of his players is trapped.
Yep. Armstrong was trapped in the corner. Great job by Reading High. That
really
ball, as soon as it went to the corner, one from the baseline, one from the sideline, had Armstrong trapped. And Jade is just 5'2", so she couldn't see over the top, underneath, around, or anything. And so Mike Clark just said, I'll take care of this, calls the timeout. Both teams now only have 1 left.
Let's get back to that last Reading possession. Ziani Beatty inbounded the pass to Tobiah Collier, who did not hesitate from the right corner, buried the 3. That could be our play of the game, giving Reading a 3-point lead with 1:19 to go.
That is the difference right now. And if I'm not mistaken, that's the first 3 of the game for the Red Knights.
No,
they had one.
Ocasio had one in the second quarter.
And Rodriguez did as well.
Yeah.
Stand corrected.
They don't shoot.
No,
they
that
only
gives
averaging
them 46 on the season.
Yeah, they're only averaging like a little more than 2 a game.
It'll be Governor Mifflin basketball following their timeout. Still 1:19 left to go in this one. So the way this thing is shaped up so far, a long way to go. George has been the inbounder, looking for somebody to break underneath. Has to kick it out for Martin instead.
Rodriguez was all over. Very
back
tightly
to George.
guarded.
Baseline, well short again. Martin tried to save it. It's loose on the floor. Teams dive on it. It's going to stay Governor Mifflin basketball on the possession arrow. This is where you have to be careful when you dive on the ball not to call a timeout because you only have 1 left. Mustangs will inbound right away, right back underneath the bucket. George will kick it out for Armstrong. In the hands of Super, guarded by Beatty. A long 3, really long 3, is well short. Rebounded and a foul as George and Laws were tangled up.
Yep.
Brooklyn LaGeorge will get called for her 3rd foul.
Bella Super has tried quite a few long 3s. That one was just off the mark. Just the first team foul for Mifflin.
And the 3rd on Brooklyn George, who picked 2 of them up early on. Red Knights have the ball. Super hounding the ball in the hands of Tamia Collier. The Red Knights up atop by 3. Super all over Collier, forces a bad pass. Laws with a good catch.
Renninger almost with the steal.
Now Super hounding Beatty. Again, the Red Knights only 1 timeout left. Beatty does a good job of dribbling through traffic.
Sure did.
35 seconds to go and a bump and a foul. Mustangs have a long way to go before they get to the foul.
I think it's on Martin. That's her 3rd.
35.5 left. 2nd foul on the Mustangs.
They have 2 to give. Or actually, 2 to give before putting Reading at the line. And if they're going to do it, they better do it quickly.
Beatty is the inbounder to the corner for Collier. Thought about putting up a shot, which is not in the cards.
That might have caused cardiac arrest with Rashida Super.
There's a foul on Super. As Rich said, they've got a couple left to give. That's only the third, so they got to commit one more foul before they put the Red Knights on the line. 29.6, and now Mike Clark, interestingly, is going to call his final timeout. On defense, calls timeout with 29.6 left to go. So the Mustangs now out of timeouts. Reading High has just one left to take.
Bob, again, first they got to get there. Mifflin's got to foul twice to get Reading on the line, but the Red Knights shoot just 61% from the line. I'm not sure what they are tonight. 3 for 4? Or I'm sorry, 3 for 6, I think.
Yes,
3 for 8. I'm counting here, going through my.
Yes, you are correct. 3 for 8.
So if I'm Mifflin, I want to do this really very quickly. Let's see, we got go down the list. Nobody has 4 fouls, but 4 of the starters have 3. Saray Renninger just has 1.
But you can let's see how the Mustangs choose to do this. I mean, you don't have to foul right away. As many turnovers as there have been in this game, you can play good defense, go up with a steal, but you're down by 3.
Yeah, but with Beatty and Rodriguez in the game, they've got 2 exceptional ball handlers. And Beatty just ran off probably about 20 or 25 seconds.
Trying to get Rodriguez open and throw it in the backcourt. And a foul called in that process on Martin. So that'll be the final one they get away with, if you want to call it that. The next one puts Reading High at the free throw line.
Martin's got to be careful because
inbounds for Rodriguez. Gives it up for Beatty. Red Knights trying to keep possession, but there's the foul, and that's on Martin, I believe, and so it's her 5th.
Yeah, I don't know if she knew she had 4 fouls because she didn't seem like it.
So she'll come out. Big loss for Governor Mifflin as Abby Broombach, the freshman, will come in.
Yeah,
Bridget Martin
really
fouls out
loss.
with 9.
And she didn't hesitate.
No. No, she didn't look surprised that it was her 5th. Puts Siani Beatty at the free throw line. The freshman 0 for 2 so far on the Knights. On the season, 58%. First is good.
Big one.
What a quarter for Siani Beatty.
Sure has.
15 in the game, 7 of them here in the 4th. Gives the Red Knights a 2-possession lead here with another free throw to come and 24.9 left in the ballgame.
And the assist on what right now is the game-winning 3-point shot by Collier.
Makes them both. 62-57, Running High on top. Super across half court, guarded by Rodriguez with 20 to go. To the corner, Broombach for 3, blocked out of bounds by Beatty.
Who else but?
17.1 left to go. Mustangs will keep it. They will inbound underneath their own bucket. They're down by 5. Inbounds for Super, trapped. Works away free, just heaves it at the bucket, well off. Rebounded by George. Step back for 3. That's well off. Fight for the rebound out of bounds. Last touch by Reading High. Mustangs will keep it with 7.6 left to go.
Reading on the verge of winning its first championship since 2010.
And 10th overall. George to inbound. Super catch and shoot. 3 is just a heave and out of bounds. Red Knights will get it back with 5.1 left to go. We'll see if the Mustangs bother to foul or let the Red Knights take the crown. Timeout called by Reading High. Red Knights had 1 timeout left to go. Rashida Suber.
I think this is celebration time, and she wants to say something to her girls. But really, Bob, what an outstanding performance in defeat by Bella Super. Just not enough to overcome Reading's balance, Reading's rebounding, and Reading's tenacious defense.
The 3-pointer by Tamia Collier put the Red Knights on top, and then the 2 for 2 at the free throw line for Siani Beatty. And with that 5-point run, Running High leads it by that with 5.1 left to go. Invite you to stick around. Don't forget to our Pizza Como postgame show, our Ready Fighting Phil's player of the game, our American Diner play of the game, and a whole lot more amidst the celebration here on the floor. The net cutting time for the Reading High Red Knights is 5.1 seconds away. Red Knights will inbound. Governor Mifflin obviously will pick up full court pressure. Inbounds for Rodriguez. She's going to try to dribble it out, and there's the foul with 1 second to go. So we'll go to the other end, and maybe appropriately enough, the heart and soul of this Reading High team, Yamalex Rodriguez, will shoot 2 for the Red Knights.
Rashida Suber, for the first time tonight, has a big smile on her face. She knows that championship is 1 second away.
She's won one as a player and now wins one as a coach as well. And Rodriguez makes the first. That's 8 for Yamalex. And this one is no good. Rebounded by Springs, and that will end it. Maybe an appropriate ending in some way or another. As the Reading Red Knights are your county champions in the Berks Girls League for 2025. The final score, Reading High 63, Governor Mifflin 57. Back with our post-game show and a whole lot more when we come back to Santander Arena after this.
WEEU is a credit union that understands Pennsylvania, what it means to grow up here, raise a family, start a business. And we're committed to being your financial partner for life. With competitive rates, exclusive member discounts, and modern technology, WEEU offers personalized banking that will make you feel right at home. Visit bankingforpa.org and sign up for WEEU membership through our partner association, the Pennsylvania Consumer Council. WEEU, banking that understands home.
Sure Stay Plus by Best Western offers a welcoming, comfortable stay for the business or leisure traveler, providing clean and cozy rooms at a reasonable price. Conveniently located at the intersection of Route 12 and North 5th Street in Reading, Sure Stay Plus provides a fresh, hot breakfast buffet, all-day coffee, free fast Wi-Fi, HD TV, fridge and microwave, and much more. Plus, business travelers have access to services such as copying and a meeting space. Call 610-371-0500 to book your stay or visit bestwestern.com.
Hi, I'm Mike Kuhn with Kuhn Funeral Homes. Since 1937, our family has been committed to serving our community. We now have 3 active generations, as I have the honor of working with my father and son. With 5 convenient locations to serve our neighbors, Kuhn Funeral Homes continues to dedicate our family to your family. Thank you for believing in us, and we promise to always be there for you.
Welcome to the Pizza Como postgame show. Pizza Como is a family-owned business going strong on the 5th Street Highway for over 50 years. Serving the finest Italian dishes, Berks County's best variety of Italian sandwiches, and legendary pizza. Berks County's best variety of Italian sandwiches. Right next door is the Yard, a virtual golf experience to keep your game sharp all year round. If you love sports cards and memorabilia, stop into buy, sell, or trade. Pizza Como and the Yard, 4600 5th Street Highway in Temple. Back and forth, this game went so many different times. Nobody really could pull away. Mustangs had maybe the largest lead of not more than 5 or 6 points in this ball game. 6 points early on in the second quarter, but the Red Knights closed it to within 1 at halftime. 7 different lead changes in the first half, and 8 more lead changes in the second, with the final one putting Reading High on top 53-52. We were tied at 55, tied again at 57. But ultimately, Reading High, after the timeout, gets a 3-pointer from Tamia Collier, then 2 for 2 at the free throw line by Siani Beatty, and the Red Knights then get 2 more in icing time by Yamalex Rodriguez, and the Red Knights score the final 6 points of the ball game, and they win it 63-57. The Red Knights' 10th overall Berks title. Governor Mifflin will get the runner-up trophy and the silver medals, and the Governor Mifflin Mustangs, the Reading High Red Knights will get the gold. And again, both teams will continue their District 3 playoffs, with the Red Knights playing on Monday night at Mechanicsburg. Reading High goes in as the 13th seed. They'll take on Mechanicsburg on the road at 7, and then Governor Mifflin is the number 12 seed. They'll take on Central Dauphin at the Rams home gym on Monday night at 7 as well. Now time for our Reading Fighting Phil's player of the game. Go see the Reading Fight. If you're in the market for an event of any kind, the Redner's Event Center at First Energy Stadium is where you want to go. Our Phils remind you have your sports team banquet in the Our Phils all-new Redner's Event Center banquet and meeting facility at First Energy Stadium. Whether it's a sports banquet, a wedding, a corporate meeting or event, or any charity fundraiser, the number one place for events in Berks County for groups of 40 to 1,000 is the all-new Redner's Event Center at the Our Phils. Go to ourphils.com for more information. Well, as tight as this one was, lots of opportunities. Zanaya Bradley was brilliant for the Red Knights in the first half with a double-double in the first. Quiet in the second half, but Siani Beatty, the freshman, really the consistent performer. She had 8 points through 3 quarters and then really became the focal point for the Red Knights. Drives in the paint against that spread-out zone defense for Governor Mifflin. Siani Beatty kept splitting that defense and scoring inside, and then the 2 free throws to help ice it. And she is the Reading High game-high scorer tonight with 16 points. And she is our Reading Fightin' Phils player of the game. Time now for our play of the game, and that's brought to you by the American Diner in West Reading. Whether it's breakfast, lunch, dinner, or a late-night snack, you'll find a variety of menu items and homemade desserts. American Diner serves breakfast all day. Dinner entrees include dinner rolls and butter, soup and salad bar, and a choice of potato or vegetable. It's a full senior citizen menu that includes a free dessert, and military veterans receive a 10% discount. Open daily from 7 a.m. to 9 p.m. and serving the community for generations since 1994. Tied at 57, Reading High had a timeout. They inbound the basketball, and Siani Beatty sees a cutting to the corner to Mia Collier. Collier with the catch and shoot what turns into a 3 for the Red Knights as Collier buries just her 8th 3 of the season. But with that, it gave Reading High that 3-point lead at 60-57. And the Red Knights never gave it back as the Mustangs got desperate on the offensive end, came up empty, and the Red Knights closed it out at the free throw line. 2 by Beatty, and then 2 more for Yamalex Rodriguez. And that is your final score at 63-57. As the teams get their first silver medals for Governor Mifflin and then the gold for the Reading Red Knights, we'll take a timeout, back with words with Rashida Suber and some players for Reading High Red Knights as the celebration continues from Santander Arena after this.
Are your garage doors noisy, squeaky, or moving unevenly? Do they snap, crackle, or pop? Having trouble opening and closing them? Don't be left sitting in the driveway. It's time for a tune-up from Overhead Doors. Starting at just $99, we'll inspect, lube, and adjust your garage doors so they operate smoothly. Call today and ask for a tune-up special from Overhead Door, your hometown garage door company since 1965. Overhead Door, we're more than just doors. OverheadDoorReading.com.
Ahoy! Adelphia Seafood is your neighborhood market for the freshest seafood around, with locations in West Lawn, Fairgrounds Market, and Pottsville. They offer a range of delicious options from crab cakes, clams, fresh organic salmon, and succulent shrimp, as well as convenient take-home dinners and more. For more information or to place an order, visit adelphiaseafood.com or just call one of their stores. Enjoy top-quality seafood and exceptional service right in your community at Adelphia Seafood.
If you are buying or selling a home, contact RE/MAX real estate agent Phil Macaronis. With over 20 years of experience and a member of the RE/MAX Hall of Fame, Phil does it all, from residential to commercial real estate sales. And with his large catalog of repeat and referral customers, you know you can depend on Phil Macaronis, no matter where you're looking for your next home. Call 610-670-2770 or call Phil directly anytime at 610-858-4555.
Judd Firestone Plumbing is your trusted local expert for all your plumbing needs. With over 125 years of combined experience, our team has seen it all, ensuring top quality service and expert solutions every time. From leaky faucets to the kitchen or bathroom of your dreams, we handle it all with professionalism and care. Call today at 610-678-9080. Judd Firestone Plumbing, where experience and
Welcome back to our Pizza Como postgame show. The Reading High Red Knights with the familiar tunes, and we are champion booming through the speakers here at Santander Arena. Reading High with the victory over Governor Mifflin by a final score of 63-57. And trying to track down Rashida Suber right now as she's in the midst of the photo-taking opportunities here on the floor. And again, quite a thrill for her, not only first as a coach, but then as a player. Or first as a player, obviously, then as a coach. What a tremendous playing career she had. 2,000-point scorer at Reading High, a 2003 graduate. She played on 2 county champions, both in 2002 and 2003. She is 4th all-time in Berks Girls Basketball League history with 2,111 points. Then went on to Coppin State, scored another 1,800 points at Division I Coppin State. She's in their Hall of Fame. Obviously, she's in Reading High's Hall of Fame as well. Just a tremendous basketball player in her own right. And now as the head coach for the Reading High Red Knights at her alma mater, Rashida Suber gets the championship. And we'll see how much of a voice she has left. She had a rough time just doing the interview. She's doing the coaching. And Rich Scarcella trying to gather her right now as she's still coaching on the sideline, even through the victory celebration, even orchestrating in terms of who is going to cut down the nets and what kind of order. The coaching never stops at any level, and especially at the high school level. So once Rashida Suber is done that piece of the puzzle, hopefully Rich Scarcella can have the opportunity to talk to her and a couple of the Red Knight players as well as the celebration continues. And we'll see if the Red Knights have the opportunity for the doubleheader sweep, if you will, in this one, because the Reading High boys basketball team obviously is going to play for the county championship coming up in a little bit as they take on the Wilson Bulldogs in the boys county championship. So Rashida Suber has won 1 as a player, won 2 as a player, and now wins 1 as a coach. We'll find out what she likes more. Rich Scarcella, you're up.
Thanks, Bob. We're here with Reading coach Rashida Suber after the Red Knights championship game victory over Governor Mifflin. So I'll ask you what Bob just said. You won a championship as a player. Now you've won a championship as a coach. Which is better?
I think the coach is better. The coach is better. It's not about me. It's about the kids. And they fought a hard game, and they never held their heads. And, you know, like I said, at the end of the day, this is what I do it for. I do it for them. I did my time. And I'm kind of old right now, but I did my time. So it's about the kids.
Rashida, it's 57-57. You call a timeout. You come out of the timeout. Ziani inbounds the pass to Tamaya. No hesitation whatsoever. Breaks the tie with a three-pointer. Was that what was designed? And if so, okay, why was Tamaya the one to shoot?
So we was just trying to get the ball in and trying to hold the ball up top. I guess, she had lanes all game long. But, I guess she was feeling it and she shot the ball. And, once it leaves your hands, I can't do anything after that. And good thing it went in, so we'll take the shot.
Can you describe the game first that Ziani had? As a freshman, she scored a game high 16 points for you tonight. Had some really big plays, especially in the fourth quarter. Can you describe her performance?
She just has a motor. She continues to fight, with her being a freshman, so we got to deal with the freshman mistakes here and there on a fouling end. But again, offensively, listen, when she sees the rim and she sees daylight, she's going, and she has the green light.
How about your rebounding and your defense tonight? How would you describe those two things?
I want to say the first half it was a little sluggish. Bella had a great game. What can you do about that? But once we honed on to the details, look, take the ball out of her hands. Let everybody else make plays. I think we did a good job the second half.
You have talked about it, the struggle, the drought. What does this mean to you to get a county championship since you took over, where you've brought the program, how hard this work has been?
Late nights, early mornings. It's a selfless job. I sacrifice a lot, and I sacrifice for my girls. My summers are off. We're in the off season. We're working. We work all year round for the moment like this. And like I said, bringing this back to the city, it's been way too long.
Congratulations. I'm going to talk to two of your players right now. Congratulations. Good luck in the district.
Thank you.
Okay, we got two more Red Knights with us right now. Yamalex Rodriguez, Ziani Beatty. Yamalex, as a senior, what does this championship mean to you?
This means everything to me. The last 4 years, this is all we've been working towards, and to finally get it, it's like a weight lifted off my shoulders. I can't believe it still.
How about the play of the freshman next to you, especially in the fourth quarter? She ended up with a game-high 16 points. How would you describe her performance?
She did amazing, and to have her on the team as another guard, she really helped just pull the pressure off of me, off the other guard's shoulders, and she did her job. She did exactly what she was supposed to do, and I couldn't be more proud of her.
And last thing from you, Lex, the team defense. How important was that today, and how well do you think you guys played defensively?
Our defense was definitely the most important thing that we were focused on. There was definitely a lot of lapses, but we did what we needed to do to get the win.
Let me talk to Ziani for a second. Let me get in between you. Ziani, congratulations. Congratulations to both of you. Let's talk about, it's 57-57. Your coach calls a timeout. You inbound the pass to Tamaya. She makes the three-point shot that put you ahead for good. Were you expecting her to shoot?
I was. She was wide open, and I know that when Coco gets it, she's open. She's putting it up every time, no matter what. So I was definitely expecting her to shoot, and we were just on the shooting machine. So we were practicing that shot earlier today. So glad it came in use.
What does this mean to you to win a county championship, the school's first in 15 years as a freshman?
It's a lot to me. It's like I've been experiencing this since I was a little kid, as my mom was a coach growing up in this environment and this experience. So for me to be here and experience a first win in 15 years, it's great. I loved it.
How loud are you going to be cheering for your brother in the boys' championship game?
Real loud. Hopefully both our Knights get a win tonight.
Thank you, ladies. Appreciate it. Congratulations. Good luck in district.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Well
Back
done.
to you, Bob.
Well done, boys and girls, and a great job on the floor. We're going to take one more final timeout, and our Pizza Como postgame show continues with a wrap after this.
Savage 61 Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram is once again the #1 rated auto dealership in Pennsylvania. Thinking it's time to trade up for something newer? We offer the most insane trade-in values you'll find anywhere. Whether you're looking for a new or certified pre-owned vehicle, our dedicated team will make sure you drive away happy. Visit us today at savage61.com and see why we're Pennsylvania's top choice.
Elite Fuel Services has been one of Berks County's best-kept secrets for more than 20 years. They're a full-service heating and cooling company. Not only do they deliver heating oil, propane, diesel fuel, and gasoline, Elite also has a full HVAC team that is ready to tackle any of your heating or cooling needs. Just a quick Google search away, Elite Fuel Service. Read the reviews and give them a call. You'll feel part of the Elite Fuel family, giving you the peace of mind you deserve.
Looking for a game-winning play for your next tailgate or get-together? Score big this season with trays from Chick-fil-A. Delicious chicken nuggets and chicken strips, fruits and garden salads, chocolate chunk cookies, and their delicious mac and cheese. Make a play with Chick-fil-A and you'll be a winner every time. Visit Chick-fil-A at Broadcasting Square, 5th Street Highway, and Exeter Commons. Chick-fil-A voted America's favorite fast food restaurant.
This season, stick with everyone's favorite snack, Diefenbach's potato chips. Legend has it, Mark Diefenbach loved kettle-cooked chips so much, he turned his kitchen in Berks County into the ultimate snack factory. Now, 60 years later, we're still crafting our chips with the same passion and the finest ingredients, right where it all began. Diefenbach's potato chips, available in all your favorite flavors when you need that PA-crafted crunch.
Welcome back to our Pizza Como postgame show. Rich Garcella rejoining me on the mics before we wrap up today's game. And it was really an interesting conversation, obviously, with the two girls. Excited as excited could be. A couple things that jump out at me. First and foremost, you said it's been 15 years since the Red Knights won a championship. And then Siani Beatty reminded you that she's 15 years old.
Incredible. It's
so
incredible.
I'm not a math major, but, I can do that math without a problem. But her mom, as she said, she grew up in this program with her mom. Tanisha Giddens, Tanisha Giddens was a tremendous player at Reading High and then at Alvernia, and then was a head coach before Rashida Suber. But what a great feeling it was for Rashida Suber. She's just really locked in, and she has definitely found her calling as a former Reading High Red Knight and now a Red Knight basketball coach.
Rashida, I did a story on her a few years ago when I was full-time with the Reading Eagle on her. She wrote a book about the Queens of the Castle and about how important it is, she's a staunch women's supporter and supporter for young girls, and she is fully committed to this program, and she's fully committed to the city of Reading. And I couldn't be happier for her because you can just tell, Bob, I don't know if you could see it, but how what this means to her to get these girls to end the drought. She goes, you're going to ask me about the drought, and I said, I have to. And just to get them a championship, I think she's as happy as anybody in this building.
10th overall county title for the Reading High girls. They win it over the Governor Mifflin Mustangs by a final score of 63 to 57. Mustangs fall to 16-9. Again, they'll play in the District 3 playoffs at Central Dauphin on Monday night. And the Red Knights are now 17-8 overall on the season. They, too, will head to the district playoffs on Monday night. They will be at Mechanicsburg. That's going to do it for our Game 1 coverage. Don't forget the boys' game coming your way as well. That is the Reading High Red Knights and the Wilson Bulldogs. We'll throw things back to the WEU studios. We'll get you updated with the news. And then on the flip side of that at 8:05, we'll be back with our pregame show. Reading High and Wilson boys is our Game 2. Thanks to Matt Knob and Jeff Nolan back at the WEU studios. For Sean Tansky, our technical director, for Rich Garcella, my name is Bob McCool. Thanks for listening to and watching high school basketball here on WEU, the voice of Berks and beyond. The Berks Girls League Championship in 2025 goes to the Reading Red Knights by a final score of 63-57.
You've been listening to High School Basketball on 830 WEEU, the voice of Berks and beyond. High School Basketball on WEEU is brought to you by
Adelphia Seafood, American Diner, Bachman's Roofing, Solar, and Remodeling, Chick-fil-A, Cross Keys Insurance, Diefenbach Snacks, Elite Fuel Service, Houndstown Reading, Judd Firestone Plumbing, Kuhn Funeral Home, Overhead Door Company, Redner's Warehouse Markets, Remax Real Estate Agent Phil Macaronis, Lincoln Plumbing and Heating, Pizza Como, Reading Fightin' Phil's, Savage Auto Group, Sure Stay Best Western Hotel in Reading, UECU, and Victor Emmanuel Beneficial Society.
Listen all season long for comprehensive coverage